Does anybody even need inspo?
That's a good question.
Okay. I think I should be good.
Because everybody says 3 on my end. Is Chronometon needing inspo?
He has one currently.
Okay, I'll do it.
Oh, really are just the sugar
Uh,
mama.
Yes, I am. Chapter 25, The Return of Brother Husband, A Touch of Health, 4 hours and 13 minutes.
Oh my god, so specific.
It has to be.
I love it.
We went back to our temporary little shack by the chasm. Went and talked to Sildar about kind of what's next after we kind of burned down Billy's bar, went shopping, went book hunting. Really didn't have like another plan. Um, and Sildar told us to go talk to Neverwinter, the Lord of Neverwinter. I didn't get his name. Oh, Billy and Riven are the ones going to go get fancy and go talk to the Lord. And the rest of the group are going to the library. Um, that's kind of the plan for the next day. During the night, Riven talked to his old rat friend from the city, and the rat told him that there's a lot of people stalking the group, specifically the Red Wizards, the Zenth, and other people. I don't know why I wrote BBR.
Big black
I
rock.
don't. Oh, yeah. I don't remember what that is from or for, but those are parts of the people stalking us. Chronometon saw some shady people looking at our little group during the night, but I don't think anything came of that. We just saw them and we stalked them, but that's about it. They didn't do anything yet. The next day, the group separates. The brother husbands are meeting the Lord, and the nerds are going to go sell shit and get books. And that's it, I think.
Yes, very, very solid. With Chronometon stalking the Snoopy Susans, he saw them with the owl go into a house, and then he posted up and watched, and they did not come out. Riven also had an exchange with his little rat friend, and basically told you guys that you guys were being watched, and to watch yourselves. Oh shit, am
Always
I?
feel like
Thank you.
somebody's watching me.
Thank you for that. Okay, that should be the right one now. Let me make sure. It should be better. Yep. Thank you for that. Is there anything that anybody wants to add?
No, it was pretty intense. We learned how deep the river was and how wide it was.
Yes.
And that there's shit in it.
Yes.
Oh, no, I forgot the river.
Absolutely. That was a fun conversation. Okay. So, we have Grace, Chronometon, and Sin. We're going to the House of Knowledge. Chronometon wanted to take Sister Gariel with you guys, while Billy and Riven were going to accompany Sildar and Gundren to speak to Lord Neverember. Okay. We've done our shopping. You guys are good to go on that end. I'm assuming you guys are sticking together until you split off for the House of Knowledge, and then the meeting with the Lord, correct?
Sure.
Okay. Go ahead, everybody, please give me a perception check. And I'll roll for Chronometon, if I can find his character sheet. Oh, Chronometon's wants he? Okay, not bad, not bad.
Oh,
Go ahead.
what was that?
What was what?
Oh, I guess just my Discord went fucky.
We were having issues with it when we played last night. It kept like disconnecting people and like shutting down for like a split second. It was really weird.
Weird.
Okay. As you guys are traveling, heading north to go to your respective agendas for the day, you notice that the area where the fire was, and again being a decent distance between you and the building itself, there's a gathering, a small gathering of people standing around what appears to be the remnants of a building. Um, Chronometon would know, Grace you would see really, really well. The entire building is not burned down, but a good chunk of it is in ruin, either burned down or burned to just the bare bones. And you watch as people standing around discussing, others coming in and out, assumedly assessing the damage. It appears that Billy's arson has left quite a mark, if you will. Okay. And then you guys all have the information that I sent you for your time at the house, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
Um, because you had asked basically for porn and anatomy books, I didn't send you anything. It would just be crude and vulgar drawings that were not well done. But with the others, they were all wanting to get information on certain subjects. So I sent over information on their requested. I could send you a link for Pornhub if you would like.
No. I wanted crudely drawn, like, medieval porn.
You know what? Let's see what I can find. Hold on.
Like, with, like, no perspective, so everyone, like, all their body parts are, like, the same size.
It's just, oh my god, yes. Not medical. Oh, it's first thing that comes up is medieval porn videos for Pornhub.
Why? That's such a specific theme. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Let me open Discord on my browser so that anyone watching doesn't have to be subjected to this. I forgot they did stuff with like lettering and calligraphy and stuff.
Yep.
So I'll send you one example for now, and then later
Was
I
that
will.
a duck bill insert into another man's penis that I just saw?
It was
Or butt, whatever?
It was in one of his ends. And actually, I'm just gonna
That
post
is
it.
a duck bill.
Yeah, I'm just gonna post this
Yep.
in our chat so you guys can all see it. Make sure it's going to the right one, though. God
It's-
forbid I post it in a public channel. There you go.
I think this is something that should be shared with everybody.
I don't think everybody would be quite as amused or entertained by it as we are. I think some people would be very, very concerned and reevaluate their choices to be associated with me.
No, it's the
Using
left-
butter on your dog to get the dog.
wild. woman between two pieces of wood fucking another dude?
This is medieval pegging, I believe.
That's. I
Huh.
was gonna say that has to be like old school missionary.
Yeah, let me see. I'm gonna zoom in on
Damn.
this on my phone. So that is a choice. Why does he have a shield while he's doing that to her?
Yep.
Why not? I guess.
I don't know.
Is she?
I think the one next to it is like that's like medieval furry.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's having a dog suck him off. That sounds terrible.
That no, the one both.
But you know what? I'm
One
really
below.
impressed with the balance and the self-control and discipline he has to balance that bowl of salad on his head while that is taking place. That is
Wild.
that is skills.
So much skill.
Certainly something.
It is an artistic choice, that's for sure. Um, I'm putting this away for now.
For now.
For now. There's a lot to unpack there, but this is not the time. This is the place for it, absolutely. Okay. Is there anything that you guys want to discuss before we split the party?
If anyone knows how to make a paper mache duck bill, then we can try out some of these new maneuvers.
I believe that if we speak to Curate Melwyn at the House of Knowledge, he may be able to give us a tome on how to best utilize paper mache to create that for you. Would you like me to ask him about it when we go?
Yeah, that's a great idea for now the time.
Thank you. And he will make a mental note.
Mental note you want to make.
Mache
Forever. His database.
duck bill sea art. That's my note for myself. Paper mache duck bill sea art. Cringe. Okay. We will start off with the group that is going to the House of Knowledge, since that's the first stop. Unless you guys, is there anything that you guys would ask? Because I know Chronometon would have a lot to say and do there, so I don't want to like skip you guys.
I'm here just to distribute money. I'm good.
Okay. Sin, would you have any questions or anything that you would ask of either Nala or Curate Melwyn?
No.
Anything for you, Sin?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay. Alright, then we will skip over that till Chronometon is back, and then worst case we'll retcon later. And we will time warp over to the castle. So you guys navigate your way to the Castle Neva, where Lord Neverember holds court. As you approach, some of the city guards will stop you and state your business. And Sildar would let him know. We have troubling information about the status and well-being of Phandalin, as well as the citizens who lived there. We would like to have an audience with Lord Neverember to relay this information and potentially seek aid, or if nothing else, guidance.
Very unfortunate that I don't know more about this, about what happened.
Anything that you would add, Billy?
No, I'm just here to check out digs. I'm gonna maybe take an upper decker.
Okay.
We'll put in a little upper decky.
I hate it
Yes.
so much.
An upper decker and an upper decky.
Okay.
Talking about Zins, right?
No, I'm talking about opening the top of the.
Oh,
What did you think he was talking about?
Zins. They're like nicotine pouches.
What is...
It's kind of like chewing tobacco, but for people that don't want to put dip in their mouth.
So is it called
It's
an
like a
upper
little,
decker because you put it in your mouth?
yeah, you put it in the upper deck, in the top portion of your lip.
Do they have lower deckers?
Yeah, you can put them down there, but they slide around a lot, so that's why people usually put them at the top of their mouth.
Like
The
when you say
double
down
decker?
there, do you mean like the nether regions or?
No, I mean like in the bottom of your lip.
Oh,
So
okay.
have you ever seen people dip or chew?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know how they
Yeah.
usually they have their bottom lip all filled out, and
Yeah.
it's like they got something in there.
Yeah.
It's like that, except you put like this little packet. It's like almost like a little like white packet, and then you just put it in your upper lip. And I guess the youngins call those upper deckies.
Oh my god. I'm too old to have any enjoyment in that because there's no like keystering anything. Like if the other option was to like keister it, I'd be like, okay, that makes sense. I'm in.
Oh,
Um,
you could totally do that. People have done that. One person put like 47 up his ass, and he went to the hospital.
yeah,
47?
that's an
Something
obscene
like that.
amount. That is at
Up his
once.
ass, though.
Yeah.
At one time.
Sometimes you just gotta put put one up there, you know?
Damn.
He's an old guy too.
Oh, he should have
I
known
guess when you're
better.
old and bored, you'll just experiment, I guess.
Yeah, putting nicotine pouches up your ass, real experimentative.
I mean, that's a bold choice.
Not
Um,
exactly a choice. anyways,
yeah,
anyways, back.
it's not a good choice, but it is a choice.
It's a poor
Anyways,
It is a terrible fucking
It's a
choice.
choice.
Um, so to kind of set the scene for you guys, sorry, I'm running on 3 hours of sleep and lost track of time, so I'm like trying to find my zen. To set the scene for you guys, the exterior of Castle Never is a stone wall that stands tall and proud. Um, Looking at it, you can see that there is a lot of ancient masonry, but there are sections that have newer repairs. Um, so, for those of you who know that Neverwinter has been around for a while, this is just a tangible testament to that. Um, there's a faint sheen of frost that kind of cling to the windows that you can see beyond the main wall where you guys have been stopped. Around the exterior of the wall, there are guard towers, kind of all the way around. And you see that there are vigilant soldiers or city guard scanning the surrounding area, keeping an ever-present view. There are banners atop some of the pinnacles of the guard towers that display symbols of the Lord's Alliance. For those of you that are familiar, for those of you that aren't, let me find a picture. Real simple. Oh, there's the porn again. Awesome. I have a lot of questions about all of them, but I don't think I like the answers. The city guards or knights that had stopped you, you watch as they go in, double-doored gates, closing it behind them. You can see bits and pieces as the gates open and close that within the walls there's a courtyard, very, very spacious. you hear the noises of sparring taking place. So, wood on metal, the clanking of shields into armor, a lot of shit talking, as people do when they spar. There's a stone walkway that leads you from the wall to the hall, essentially. There's probably going to be 20, 25 minutes that pass before the guards return. And Sildar would have told him his name, told them his name, rather than just like, hey, I'm some dude here. When they return, they would say that the Lord'll grant you some time, but he's pressed, so make it fast. As the gates open fully, and they escort you inside.
Oh, this is easier than I thought.
But you thought we were gonna have to fight our way through Lord Never Emperor's castle?
No, I mean, I figured we'd have to, like, grease a few palms, suck a few dicks. You know, the usual.
I'm sure you can do that if you want. But let's probably hold off on that.
Sildar kind of smirks a bit and will tell you, being a member of the Lord's Alliance has some of its perks. While Daggelt and I are not on friendly terms, we are familiar with one another. Dropping my name probably will not get us much time, but it'll be enough to at least inform him of what's going on.
Right, lead on, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Yes. As you guys take the stone walkway, you see that the walls of the castle are thicker, and there are intricate pictures and designs carved into it, kind of telling stories of like Neverwinter's history and like notable battles and things like that. They will lead you through heavy oak doors, where you see that there are two more knights. And they give a nod to the ones escorting you, and you can feel their eyes like boring into you as they like size you guys up. Stepping inside, you enter the audience hall, a vast chamber that has vaulted ceilings. There are grand chandeliers, crystal chandelier, like gorgeous fucking chandeliers, that cast warm lights onto the polished stone floors. You see that there are a lot of suits of armor that stand at attention along the walls, kind of guiding you around the room and down this hall. Continuing down, passing the armors and the tapestries depicting fallen heroes and lords of Neverwinter. There's a raised dais at the end where Lord Neverember sits. You see that...
Where are all the robot women at?
I
Hello, Daddy. Stepbrother, what are you doing? Welcome.
It wouldn't be somebody stuck in the
I'm
washing
stuck.
machine. It would just be the washing machine.
I was gonna say they are the washing machine. Help
The
me.
washing machine says, "Help! I'm stuck
Or
in myself."
help someone stuck in me. You see before you that there is a man. So catched you up real quick, Chronometon. We did the recap because you needed inspiration. Grace divvied out the gold, so you are no longer poor. I mean, you're still not rich, but you're not poor
Bitch.
anymore. And the group headed out together. I think Chronometon told them about the guys that went into the house and never came out. You guys noticed that the bar, there was a small gathering of people that seemed to be assessing the damage. A good chunk of the establishment was burnt down and or damaged. It's not completely in ruins, but it's going to take some time to restore it should they choose to do so. And then we split off. You guys had stopped at the House of Knowledge, Use, and Grace, but we are currently at Castle Never with Riven, Billy, Sildar, and Gundren.
Yeah.
I didn't realize we're at the castle.
Yeah, did I not say that? I'm so sorry.
No,
Yeah.
you definitely said it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Didn't realize it.
Okay. Sorry.
That
I'm
definitely
running on
plays for
caffeine
his
and spite
character.
right now, so you're not wrong. In
Definitely
fact,
works for. Wait, we're in a castle?
yes. In fact, what is your wife's name today?
Say Trillian.
Truly?
Thumbelina.
The Steel Toplin's
No.
what?
Steel Top.
Not that one.
Mary.
Tilly?
Tilly. Okay. Wife's new name.
I want to say it starts with an N, but I think that's the girl.
Yeah, Nilsa is the daughter. Yeah.
Do you want the actual name or not?
What was last name?
Dora?
The last one is Dora and then Durna.
All right, Dora.
All right, we're going with Dora, not Tilly.
Tilly.
Still Tilly.
Gotta be
Okay.
Tilly.
Perfect. I love that, like, you just call her all these different things, and, like, you just rolled so well on your performance and charisma that she's just, like, digmatized, and, like, you can just call me whatever. like, it's just, she's
She
fine
no
with
longer
it.
gives a fuck.
Yeah.
She's now Tilly.
I don't know your name, but that dick too good.
Yeah. Oh, she definitely knows his name, but she's not upset that he doesn't know hers. So the man that you see before you is distinguished, regal, in his mid-50s. But there's youth in his eyes. He has broad shoulders and sits properly. Shoulders back, back straight. You feel his like gray eyes kind of scanning you as soon as you all come into line of sight. His hair is iron gray and kind of swept back neatly. The sides are meticulously trimmed with just like the slightest like mutton chops. I fucking hate that I gave him mutton chops, but this is where we are. And he kind of leans forward in the chair he is seated in and waits for you to approach.
I will approach the people that we came.
Beautiful.
Yes. Don't like his eyes on me. Feel dirty.
Yeah, he's definitely undressing you, thinking about the letter H. Map. Do any of you speak before Sildar does? Or are you guys just here to listen in and make sassy side comments?
Sassy side comments.
Yeah.
I'm shocked anybody gives Sildar a chance to speak.
I mean, it's Sildar. It's not like, I mean, if it was John, that would be a different story, but... oh, I'm sorry, you just got here. I'll rein it in a little. I'll wait till tomorrow, or at least 10 more minutes. Um,
Just hear it in the distance. It's a multi.
have you seen my uncle? Sildar approaches and gives a formal and proper bow. Lord Neverember. I don't
Also-
even have a sup. Okay.
Also give a bow.
No bowing.
I'm gonna punch you in the dick.
Someone's gonna check. Someone's gonna grab my butt. I just know it.
Oh my god, all I can think of
Just
right now is
gonna-
Night at the Roxbury.
Just gonna give him a quick nut check, so he bows too.
Oh my god. Give me a sleight of hand.
Roll for sexting?
I have a +10.
That now
damn.
one.
Use one of my inspirations.
You're inspoing for that. Okay.
Much
Yeah,
better.
that's
And
better.
that one where
Nice.
there's just like accidentally stroking him off a little.
Oh my god. It's just a nice little caress, just a
They-
cupping of the balls.
They are called brother husbands for a reason.
Brother
Quick
husband,
reset.
not now. It's not the time or the place.
Riven said, I saw those books you were reading. God damn it. Any reaction, Billy, as you get the little tap in the neck? Nuts? I
Well,
can't even-
nut check him enough to
Uh,
make him bow.
Seeing
So-
your... Go ahead.
A little bit. Yeah.
Just enough.
Ugh.
ah.
Ugh.
Are you
I
okay there?
appreciate it.
Look.
I wanted for a while.
You know what? I think that actually might be a thing. I don't know all of his kinks. I don't think I want to know. I'm not going to ask specifics.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, he just came in his pants when you did that, Riven.
It
Wonderful.
actually feels good. You guys caused my third nut to drop.
It's now canon.
Pull your hand
Sanders
away and
have
you just hear.
three. Ew.
Hate it.
Lord Neverember kind of gives a slight nod of acknowledgement to you guys. Welcome again, Sildar. You know better than any that my time is valuable and limited. Say your piece and say it quickly. I have things to tend to. Sildar nods and kind of looks to you, Billy, and will begin saying, there are many things that have been taking place as of late. Strange attacks from goblins of unknown origins, unlike the others. There has been some activity in Vandalin. My friend here can give you a bit more information, but the short story of it is that a white dragon has been released and laid waste to Vandalin. These brave adventurers took it upon themselves to lead an exodus out of Vandalin with the survivors, and brought them here to seek refuge in the chasm. And we are here to seek aid in dismissing of this foul beast. Lord Neverember furrows his brow a bit and will look to you, Billy. You have more information to share of this alleged dragon attack?
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess we were a witness to the proceedings that, if it were to please your honor, I would tell you that there were some ne'er-do-well culty types in a cave, and they had absconded with some children that I'm acquainted with, and were attempting to fertilize them to raise this dragon. Um, and instead, we came in there and kind of cuckolded their plans and rescued these youths that we were erstwhile
Youths?
acquainted with. Utes, yeah, that we were erstwhile acquainted with, and but they ended up sacrificing themselves to bring about the exaltation of this draconic entity of wetness that then popped out and froze half the fucking town. Respectfully.
Whatness.
How badly is the damage to Vandalin? How bad is the damage to Vandalin? How badly has Vandalin been damaged combined?
Fucked.
Yeah, it's a pretty well fucked.
Kind of like that
I
bot.
mean, yeah, that dragon blew his load pretty much across, I'd say 3/4 of the town. It's all covered in hard, white, cold dragon stuff.
Certainly one way to describe that to the Lord of Neverwinter.
Respectfully.
Now all is forgiven. Um, do you have knowledge of where this dragon has gone? Where it went?
It was in the air. So
I gotta help him out here. Would I know
Maybe
anything
still
about
up
this?
there?
Can I do a history check?
Unfortunately, you were not there. You can do a history to
And we didn't
see
really
if-
talk about it, but like,
Yeah, you can roll history to see if you overheard any of like the other people talking about it. But
We headed
I love-
north, and it might still be in the sky. I only saw it on the ground once, so I'd assume it lives in the sky.
the cloud giant castles. With the 14 Riven, I think that the north-ish is the only thing that you would have heard about directions in which this dragon headed. Most of the people would be recanting talking about the actions that they took and how scared they were, and poor Bob Joe got fucked up. Grace, you are surviving.
Lord,
North is that way.
Lord, from most of my investigation with the town, with the people of Phandalin, that have relocated to the chasm, while a majority of them are more worried about their loved ones and their belongings, few reported seeing the dragon flying northwards.
See, flying in the sky.
Yes, that is usually what winged creatures do, especially dragons. Your report is troubling. It has been a long time since such a menace has been in proximity to our city. But to have one unleashed so close to our walls threatens all that we've built here. Have you any plans to go after the dragon yourselves? Or are you wanting to drop this at my doorstep?
Um, Lord, I believe this band of adventurers, we are ill-equipped to face a dragon. We wanted to bring it to your attention. Um, we'd be willing, of course, to aid, but as of now, um, we would be unable to effectively combat the dragon.
He's a big son of a bitch.
He's a dragon.
Respect.
Go ahead and roll persuasion for me. Either both of you can roll, or one can roll with advantage.
Let me roll with advantage, please.
I'll give you an advantage.
Nailed
Fuck.
it.
My choice.
Can I
Fuck.
use lucky?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay. Does that mean I get to roll with advantage again?
Yes, I'll allow it.
Yeah.
I'm a cool DM. Other DMs would be like, you only get one more.
Yes!
Can you imagine if I only gave you one more and it was a nat 1? That would have been amazing.
Oh my god, that would
Use another one.
Oh my god.
I will authorize limited support for now. Funds to secure mercenaries and scouts to head out and try to track this beast. Once we have more information, I will be able to potentially provide more. However, you must understand that this is a very dangerous mission, one that we had no hand in. And he kind of is not really like staring daggers at Sildar, but you can tell that there's not quite hostility, but some displeasure at the least. This city.
Your Honor,
Mhm.
I mean, it was a mining settlement, and it does appear your town could use said mining settlements. Repair and bring this city back to the town of artisans that it once was.
Right now, the city cannot commit its entire guard, nor can we afford to lose too many men. I will put together a small team to head out and begin tracking this beast. Though I would ask that you keep an eye open. If you learn of anything else, bring it to me immediately. Also, be mindful of our neighbors. Word travels fast in these lands, and any misstep could bring unwelcome attention or intervention. If there is cult activity involved, that is something to be wary of.
My lord, I believe through some contacts in the city, there may be cult activity involved. Either I believe the Red Wizards may be working with the Zentarum, but I have no confirmation of this, just the word of one of my contacts that was able to witness some nefarious individuals wandering tunnels underneath Neverwinter.
My boy, this is a large city. There's always nefarious activity taking place. We do what we
They
can.
did.
Go ahead.
They did mention. They did mention the dragon at the town of Phandalin. So my contact says.
As I said, word here travels fast. Without any concrete evidence, I cannot do anything about that. So I would task you to get proof, and then we'll see what we can do.
Can we just like lure the dragon here and just call it a day?
I have a one minor request, your most humble and generous honor of town member person. There's about 40 refugees from the town that we came with, and they got about fuck all. And maybe if you could somehow expeditiously produce some supplies for their ability to homestead in your city, at least temporarily, before it is safe to return to their erstwhile abodes.
Go ahead and roll persuasion for me. Damn, you guys are killing it with the rolls tonight. Like,
At
Nice.
20.
Hey.
You can start calling him anything you want to.
Daddy. He thinks for a moment, and you see he's locked eyes with you. His gaze switches over to Sildar, and you can see a slight twitch in his left eye as he takes a deep breath and sighs. I would never allow destitute refugees to starve on my streets. I will assign city clerics and healers to tend to your wounded and provide tents and bedrolls for those who need them. You said there are 40 with your group?
40-ish, yeah. Men, women, children.
I will dispatch basic food supplies. Aid is given freely in times of need here, but if these people plan to stay in Neverwinter for an extended period of time, they must be more than mouths to feed.
They're all very, hardy folk. They were the craftsmen and business proprietors and skilled folk of Phandalin that survived. I mean, if jobs were provided, I'm sure they could acquiesce to their workadations.
Yes. We can provide work for them as well. We will not leave Phandalin survivors to snow and ash. They will have provisions and work provided. But understand, Neverwinter cannot bleed for every wound the North suffers. We are still healing from the last war ourselves.
You're very gracious, my lord.
Most appreciated in your humbleness.
I will have Billy and Joel bring shipments of goods. along with the healers by end of day.
You got an iron named Billy too?
Yes. Not nearly
Will
as
they
cool as
be?
you.
Will they be moving out anytime soon?
Moving out to, oh, you mean like will
Moving
they
on
be
up.
heading out to take everything over?
Don't like the song.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Bow, bow, bow. Is there anything else you need to make me aware of before I begin making plans and giving orders to my people?
Thing to be concerned of. We will reach out if any more information. When it becomes available.
And
Like-
should my men locate and track down this dragon, should we need help, are you willing to step up, as I am stepping up for you now?
Just my lord.
I'm sure we could step up or even step up too.
Ooh. Electric Boogaloo coming full
It's gonna
circle.
be a revolution.
Who do I send for when that time comes?
You can send for me, Billy. I'm the leader.
Or you could send for me as well. I am Riven. I have friends throughout the city, so I'm sure at least one of them would get back to me.
We're brother husbands, so we share everything.
I don't know about that.
I couldn't help but notice the dick measuring contest taking place. I will send for
It's how they flex.
Billy or Riven. If you will excuse me, I must start contacting associates of mine to tend to all of this for you and the people of Phandalin. Totally missed an
Cool.
opportunity to, like, just pimp decision, give the group a name here.
Didn't we have a name that we were gonna go with? Can't remember.
I don't know.
He's back.
It was something in response to getting
It's
fighting
brother
Slate.
husbands now.
Oh God.
You guys
Grace and the brother husband.
Y'all are gonna have your own show on TLC, and I will watch every fucking episode.
Grace is just the alcoholic.
Just before he leaves, I will point to his eye twitch and be like, respectfully, Your Honorness, I get that checked out because that's an early sign of a stroke.
I appreciate your concern. So you guys are planning to head out now?
Yeah. With that, I've said
Full of
everything.
Supplies.
Say that last part again, Billy. Sorry, you're very soft tonight, which is unlike
sorry.
you.
With Billy Joel and
They're going to be working on collecting things. They don't have everything on hand at the castle right now, so he's going to be sending them out to collect things and gather healers, but would have them there within an hour or two at the latest. If
better.
you- he would tell you if you wanted to wait outside in the courtyard, you would be welcome to do that, or if you wanted to escort them, you could do that.
Sounds good. Well, yeah, I mean, if it's not going to be too long, otherwise we'll go entertain ourselves.
Okay. Yeah, I think it'll take about an hour or two to get everything gathered up and all that.
Yeah, sure, we can wait. Give me plenty of time to drop some upper deckers.
Yeah, don't want to keister him. Definitely not 47, that's for sure. That's
No.
still wild.
Is it still possible to push for group name Public Disasterbation?
Public disasterbation. Oh my
I think
god.
that's what I had down.
It's a
Mine
beautiful
is.
name.
Fucking glorious. Fucking glorious. I'm putting that in. Yeah, that needs to go in quotes. Okay. Anything that you guys are doing while you guys are waiting for Billy and Joel? Before we move over to the House of Knowledge. Because Grace, you're at the House of Knowledge with Chronometon and Sin, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I would like to ponder, Billy, what could be behind all this. So, Billy, have you? I know my contact said that we are being, at least your group, now me included, are being watched. Likely by the Zentarum and the Red Wizards. Do you have any inkling as to why?
Good.
Did we lose Billy?
He gone.
Wookie, wookie,
Staring.
wookie.
Just staring off into the distance.
Pretty can.
He brother husband too hard.
He did.
Sorry,
This-
I was muted.
Brother husband too hard.
Yeah. I was saying, well, it could possibly deal with something there after the cave too, or something to do with that magic book we found, or maybe the bar we burned down, or
Wait. You found
Possibly.
a magic book and you didn't mention
Possibly
anything
that.
about this?
weird changeling lady we ran into, or that
There
other
could be a
lady
lot of
we
reasons.
ran, who ran the shop in Fandolin, or maybe that banshee, that orgy we broke up, or I don't know. It's probably nothing. Probably just a coincidence.
You're very helpful.
You're welcome.
Perhaps we speak to the rest of the group, work this mystery out, and figure out our next steps.
I suppose. I mean, yeah. If we're gonna go do stuff. Wow. Is that what they call that a tapestry? Never seen one of those before. Fancy.
Really? You've never seen never seen you've never seen a woman getting fucked by a sword before.
Oh my god. Oh my
I mean,
god.
not in not in not in like some sort of like artistic depiction.
It's quite tasteful. One of these days I wish to have my own tapestry like this.
Of you being fucked by another man?
So just self-portrait with.
You are brother husbands, so you can make that a reality.
I like the shading there that they did on the dog and the dong.
Oh my god.
Yes, it's
That
quite
poor dog.
interesting that all the tapestries in here are very sexual focused. Lord Neverember must be quite the sadist.
Or I mean, maybe just to enjoyer of the human form. Like that lady over there that's got 3 boobies.
Certainly, interesting. Certainly an interesting collection Lord Neverember has.
Sildar would tell
Feel like-
you that Lord Neverember would tell you that he's just an appreciator and a collector of fine art, but no one really believes that.
Yeah, I don't believe that either.
Oh my god. Can you imagine? This art is the best. Okay. Panning back over to the House of a Thousand Corpses. Chronometon, Grace, and Sin. You guys arrive. And Chronometon, you had wanted to bring Sister Gariel, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. She
Gariel.
is in tow. And she would ask, what exactly is it that you're wanting me to come along for? If the book is entrusted to you, and she's kind of whispering and looking around, making sure that other people aren't, listening in. Is there something I'm needed for?
We're hoping you can answer some questions. We being with the assistance of Curate Moen at the House of Knowledge. He is also not a fan of the Red Wizards of Thay,
Oh.
which, from my understanding, you aren't. Please correct me if I'm.
No, they are a vile group of people, though I use that term loosely.
You see his hand lower slightly. He was getting ready to fire.
It's a test, you passed. Do you think there's some connection to them and this?
There is a connection to this book, but also there is a chance that something is already following us in some capacity, though it still could be an unrelated coincidence. I'm still not sure if they have bad intentions or.
What do you mean? Is she kind of like frantically starts looking over her shoulders?
There's a group of people either planning to attack us or throw a party. But all I know is that apparently we will be surprised.
Are you using like a voice changer app?
I am.
Okay, I thought so.
I did get a slightly different.
No, I
I-
like
I
it.
had to
It's like very faint, and I thought like I was going crazy for a second.
I upgraded my mod mic from the old one to the new one because it was breaking.
Nice.
Wait.
Okay. We must tread lightly and carefully if your concerns are true. There's great knowledge and power in this, and it cannot fall into their hands.
I have it
knew
in my
that they-
scarf. We should be able.
Sorry, go ahead.
Was it Amir or did somebody else also talk? I couldn't.
No, it was you and me.
Okay. I was just saying I have it in my scarf, so it shouldn't be fall.
Okay. I knew that they would want it. I just didn't think they'd already be aware and after it. I think Sen is AFK. But you guys are able to arrive to the House of Knowledge. Nala will greet you. And you see she pulls out like a stack of tomes, like a couple stacks, all separated and neatly stacked up. And she would look to you, Grace, and tell you, these are the books on the forest in the area. Welcome back, Sin. And a few other that may be of interest for what it is that you are looking for. And then slide forward a stack of books towards you, Sim. Some information on some of the deities and the pantheon of Faerun. And you see she's kind of looking over all of you as she goes to push forward a third stack. I see your friend is not here with you, but when he returns, these are for him different factions and organizations, like he had requested. Curates Mullen is in his chambers and waiting for you.
Before I go in, could you please look into these tomes and see if any of them are available? And he's going to send a way too long list of these spells that I think I sent it to you like last.
Yeah,
I can
gotta
resend
go
it
back
again
and
if I.
double check. I think I pinned it. Thank you. Okay.
If any of these are available, that would be.
Are they in order of desire?
I desire them all, though.
We can probably cover the cost. I think he wants all of them. If we can. I'll probably have to eat all the cost, but you know, Avengers, we're gonna go somewhere sometimes. Who knows?
Okay. I will see what I can do to pull these for you, see if I have them all in our archives. But I meant, is there a place you'd prefer I start my search and work my way down?
I suppose spells that are more utility focused instead of having a combat use would be preferred for now.
Absolutely.
Anything ritual castable.
Above the table, I hate that you guys are here and utilizing this because there's literally no reason for them to not have knowledge of all of
Everything.
this. Yeah. Yeah, and you
I'm so-
guys have way too much fucking gold. And it's like there's part of me that's just like, tell them it doesn't exist. It burned down in a fire last week, but I'm not going to do that to you.
Could also just be a thing of like you have to be a member for so long to get access.
Well, because of the interest that Melwyn has taken in the book and allowing you guys 2 hours here for every hour that he gets to spend with the book, that gives you a little more wiggle room. Obviously, not enough, because at some point he'll have gone through the whole book, and unless you're going to be like, yeah, my dude, keep it, you know? So that definitely works in your favor. But outside of that, like, once that limit has come, excuse me, because I need to double check the...
I can send a reordered version of the spells too. For,
oh, no, it's
like,
totally fine. I just didn't know if you
terms
had a
of-
preference, or...
I do. He doesn't, but I can at least send it for like what would be, easier for you to manage.
Okay. No, I'll get them all for you. If there's an importance for you as a player, go ahead and shoot that to me, just so I'll start with those. And then we'll work our way down based on the time and everything.
Perfect.
So she takes this, doop-a-doop-a-doo. Okay, and just to remind, it's 2 hours and 50 gold piece for each level of the spell.
Yeah.
Doop-a-doop-a-doo. We don't worry about...
Chronometon, here's
components here.
280 something gold. Go wild. If you need more, I can get you more. I'm gonna go read a book in the corner.
You just hear Grace over there. Map.
Map.
Haha, you can't. Oh, this is. Like,
Oh my god, that's amazing. Okay. Sin, would you be accompanying Chronometon, or are you going to focus on reading the tomes and information that she had prepared for you?
Old man.
If you are talking, you are muted, love.
Yeah.
We lost Sin.
Old man fall asleep.
Oh yeah, and
This,
as a
this
reminder,
music is
Sin,
honestly
you were
perfect for like
for nap
waiting
time.
for somebody to.
Sorry about that. I didn't hear that.
No, you're quite all right. So you guys are at the House of Knowledge, and Nala had given you the stack of books with the information that I sent you earlier about the Pantheon and all of that good stuff. Would you stay downstairs and start reading that, or would you go upstairs with Chronometon? And also, I had flavored it, and you can change it obviously, but I flavored it as though you're still shaped and shifted into the old man that you had been the day before, just to kind of consistency.
Is Chronometon gonna go up there alone?
Unless you go with them.
Yeah, I'll go with him just so he's not alone.
Oh, no, Sister Gariel is there too, just kidding.
Especially then.
Okay, perfect. So the three of you head upstairs. And Chronometon, what is your passive?
Passive perception 16. Wow.
Damn, that is wild. Okay. You notice again out of the corner of your eye the same silhouette or figure in the mirrored hall. Dances, not really dancing, but you see them keeping pace out of the corner of your eye as you make your way back up to Curate Melwin's chambers.
Did I notice them last time?
Yes, you did.
Okay. Can I tell what they look like exactly? Is it just a copy of me, or is it like its own shape?
It is definitely not you. Give me a perception check real quick as you actively turn to look.
24.
No, damn. Okay. You're not able to get a clear view of this as it kind of shifts and warps, and you watch as it kind of like shrinks down, almost mimicking like what your reflection would be. But in the moments before that distortion takes place, you see that there is a human man with what appears to be light skin, almost flushed, steely blue eyes, a high forehead that has creases deep across the forehead, a well maintained goatee and thin mustache that does not do well with hiding a thoughtful frown. The hair is shoulder length and unkempt, black in color with streaks of silver. And they are wearing deep robes, almost deep slate gray, with silver threading. I think that's what you would see the clearest and the longest as the form of the robes in this figure replicate yours relatively well, but it's just the differences in the coloration and design. With the 24, you see that on these deep gray robes, the threading is shaped like quills and scrolls and constellations. Um, you would also see that there is a small amulet around their neck that quickly dissipates and kind of retracts into the robes as the visage shifts.
Is there any actual? Is there any like presence to the figure itself? Does it give off? I guess my main question is like, is it giving off something similar to whenever I was holding onto the book?
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, it is almost the exact same feeling.
Trying to remember what that that ritual was for. That's something that would actually do something. Don't think anything. So if they're already just kind of disappearing at that point, I'll just kind of go on ahead. But I'm gonna look into what I might be able to do.
And you would notice, going with your passive of 16, especially now that you are more aware of this presence, you watch as your own reflection stretches back out of the corner of your eye as you turn away and continue navigating the hall. Almost as though whoever or whatever this is trying to hide as you turn your focus there, but then comes back out as you continue moving.
As if he's not good at.
And neither Sin nor Sister Gariel see this, by the way. It is only you.
I'm gonna do magic.
Well, I'm gonna do all the magic. Approaching the door, I'm assuming you knock.
Yep, and I think at this point I already caught on that he knew what Sin looked like, so I'll, just knock and announce ourselves so we can go in and continue where we left off. Yes.
Okay. As you knock, you hear quick scurrying over to the door as it opens, and you see his eyes grow wide with excitement. I'm so excited to see you again. I see that you brought your new friends. And he will, awkwardly, go to extend his hand for a handshake. Very much one of those Ricky Bobby, I don't know what to do with my hand right now, as he's like, ugh, and then Sister Gariel will shake his hand. Were you able to decipher anything yourself last night?
I was unfortunately out. I was just telling Sister Gary. There were some people that were looking for at least my companion. But I'm not sure which faction they are associated with you.
Does anybody else know that you have this in your possession? Have you told
Only my
anyone
direct
else?
companion.
Do you trust them to keep that quiet, or is there a possibility that they may have said something to others?
It is very possible. But I have no way of knowing. I trust that they are doing their best.
Point of inspiration. If you're... Huh?
Oh, sorry. I was talking to Tina and accidentally pressed the button too, saying I'm probably gonna need the inspiration.
Very possibly. If you're being followed, you should absolutely. And you would watch as he kind of goes to close the door after you guys enter and peeks down the hallway. I think Bo got stuck somewhere. He would kind of peer down the hallway and he would turn back and tell you, you should watch yourselves regardless. But if it is possible that... Yep, this fucking dog got stuck. Give me just a minute, guys.
Aw.
Where?
In the mudroom, so we had to put up a baby gate, because the mudroom is where we keep the cat boxes and cat food. But it's just one of those, like, small baby... It's adorable. Has learned that he can jump over it. But get back over, because there's, like, 2 or 3 steps that go down from the kitchen to the mudroom. So he can jump over to get in there, but he couldn't jump over to get back.
Oh,
So he was just stuck in there. You doofus. Hi. Fucking goober. But if anyone, especially any of these factions we spoke of yesterday, have caught word that this is in your possession, even just the possibility, it would greatly amplify the danger that you and your group are in. You said you don't know who the people following you or are associated with? There were no identifying
That is correct.
marks, nothing?
The amount that I do know is that I don't think they are necessarily focused on the book, because they were looking for one of my companions by name and the other by name. So if they were looking for the book, I don't think that those two would be the first to go to.
Has your group been in any trouble lately? Have they crossed anybody or made any enemies along the way?
Nonton genuinely doesn't have an answer. This is... There are too many ways to say it.
That is quite concerning. But I feel that perhaps we should make the most of our time together now while we can. Gods forbid that anything were to happen. But I would hate to lose out on precious time with this. And you see, like, a childlike gleam comes to his eyes.
We are also seeking the help of Lord Neverim. I believe he will be of good assistance,
What is
especially
it?
with regards to the dragon.
Have you made him aware of this?
I have not personally told him. I have not met him. That is where the others are currently.
I would be careful with how much you share with him and how much you let him in. Lord Neverember has brought stability to Neverwinter, but it was at the cost of transparency. And knowledge should be shared, not hoarded, my friend. I fear that he is not as trustworthy as we would like to believe he is.
If he could be a concern, I could use your assistance. How transparent is he? Will he be difficult to detect?
He... How do I want to word this? He puts on a front of someone who is moral and has integrity and has the people's and city's best interest at heart. But there have been some instances that have led me to believe that it may just be a front or a facade. Um, Keeping the people distracted with one hand while he lines his pockets and does dirty dealings with the other. Not enough to, at least yet, be called out on it directly, but enough to spark concern along amongst some of the more observant people.
I see. So you were talking metaphor.
Yes.
Physically, he is still.
Well, well, yes, he's a man. As far as I know, he doesn't have any magical capabilities, so I could be wrong on that.
Wonderful.
Am I better to just speak plainly rather than metaphorically with you?
You are free to speak the way that you.
Okay.
I'm just trying to make this.
He's kind of confused and kind of like squinting at you slightly. But you can tell without having to insight that his focus and excitement is more on the tone than anything else.
Well, you get started on going through the rest of the tome and discussing things with Sister Gabrielle here. I would like to try one of the rituals on the tome itself.
A ritual on the tome?
If this is in fact connected to somebody who has at least gained a greater understanding of how to manipulate time, which seems like up until this point has not been seemed to be doable, or at least not without great power. They could be a good ally or at least resource. And the ritual that was outlined for being able to view the past of a older item might allow me to bridge the gap to actually talk to them directly.
Ah.
Especially because it seems that they are already interested in me in some capacity, given that they have now twice tried to show themselves.
Ah. Well, yes. If you feel confident in your ability to do so without damaging or risking the integrity of the Codex, by all means. So which ritual is it that you are wanting to do, Chronometon?
Uh,
Is it
The Echo
legend-
ritual.
Oh, the Echo. Okay.
So I think that's the one that requires something old.
All right. Let's go ahead and take our 10-minute break here, and then we will pick back up with this ritual.
Sounds
That
good.
work for you guys? Perfect. Okay, Chronometon. Go ahead and tell me what it is that you're doing to set up for this ritual.
Probably gonna do the book last just so he can spend more time decoding in the meantime, but yeah, I'll go ahead and get all the other materials actually gathered and prepared. I'm assuming that is the space where like everything is already protected from divination. Uh, is that pretty large in terms of like how much can fit in there?
Yeah, yeah. So like the room in total is like we'll say like 20 by 20. It's a good sized room. As with him being the curate and his office is bitchin'. And I think that he would roll up a rug that was laid out on the floor and give you a good open space to do it, like an 8 by 8 square or something. Maybe 5 by 5, whatever it is that you need.
Okay. So, oh, it's one of the three. So, then I guess just in case, I'm gonna actually do a little bit of each one. So, yeah, just straight in the center there. I'll use chalk first for drawing a circle. Okay, and then does go through each ones, and then use copper to actually etch in the glyphs. I don't know if this. Do you think this is something I should have to actually make a rule for in this case, or is it something where the directions are clear enough?
I'd say it's clear enough between the time that he spent like decoding things for you, and I mean you're a pretty intelligent being. I'd say you'd be okay. There will be plenty of others roles for you.
Honestly, I'm happier that I don't have to because I'll probably scuff it on this. So, in that case, yeah, I'll go ahead and combine the copper and chalk to draw the runes into the floor there, and then once I start nearing the end, I'll ask for the codex for a moment while I position myself for it.
And he will give it to you. Oh, that is not at all what I wanted. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, so he will hand that to you. And he is watching intensely, making sure to leave a wide berth for you, for you to do this. But you can feel him watching intently. Nick's gonna give it to you.
Oh no. So,
X was going to give it to us.
oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot DMX is dead. God.
Yeah. Makes me sad every day just thinking about him.
Yeah, I got real depressed just now, so thank you for that.
Gotta get into the right tone of thing.
X ain't gonna give it to you no more.
Gotta get it on your own.
Knock, knock, open up your door. It's not me, I'm dead.
X go give it.
Jesus.
Unfortunately. So, just double checking. I guess, yeah, I can just place it in the center and try just casting the spell using what's outlined in the codex.
Okay. And let me So, as you are preparing for this ritual, you feel a slight pressure begin to build within your chest cavity. Your gears and everything continue functioning, but there's almost some resistance, almost as though time is slowing down. With each step of the process to set up a voice, disembodied, unfamiliar, yet eerily close, speaks. All echoes begin with stillness. A frequency must be found as you are etching the glyphs. Inscribe the path. As you open the book breathes. Let it remember. As you place your hand over the book and speak the word, do not blink. The time is arriving. The world around you grinds to a halt. The lighting flickers before fully disappearing, leaving you in black. One by one, a new room begins to glow with candlelight that crack up one at a time. You see a figure, almost of an out-of-body experience, melts at the heart of a ruined chamber. There is a fragment of worn stone before them. Cold, cracked, and the edges are eaten away at by time. The codex lies open beside this on the floor, pulsing ever so slightly with an ink-like iridescence that kind of shifts like oil on water. You watch as this person reaches their hands forward, and you feel metal against memory as the fingers trace the ancient sigils described in the margins. One by one, you begin to recite these glyphs, but the voice is not yours. A wind blows through, soundless and cold. The air kind of bends and warps and tears lightly at the edge of your vision, and things around you begin to turn brittle. Colors mute, sounds muffled, time is slack. Then a faint chime, distant, almost like glass being struck underwater, and you are no longer alone. The world around you is no longer the present, as even this chamber feels more ancient after the chime. You stand one with the figure that you watched just moments before, amidst flickering shadows, light cast by the torches that stretch your shadow much longer than seems even feasible. Gonna smoke some echoes, you're so stupid. The stone around you begins to smooth. The stone beneath your feet turns to wood floors. You find yourself within a study, perhaps a vault filled with tomes arranged in a way that only a scholar mage could achieve and love. There's a faint haze that kind of overlays everything. What you are seeing right now is not an illusion, and it's not a memory, but it's something in between. As all of this is sort of being realized, you sense him. He doesn't enter this chamber, the study. He's always been here. As you get a good look at him, you see the clear vision of the distorted image that you saw in the mirrored halls. There's an impossibly tired look to his face. His eyes are heavy, but still sharp. You can feel his mind racing, calculations going through as he's muttering to himself. You watch as he is hunched over a desk in front of him, flipping through scrolls and shoving them aside and pulling out a tome and kind of scrolling through the pages, muttering, indiscernible. He turns to the direction towards where you will be. And he speaks in a voice that seems to have been stretched across centuries throughout time. To the one who found the codex. I thought you'd come. I've tried to keep it hidden, but the veil whispers louder now. They'll follow you as they followed me. Even after death, I remember the pull. But I too will follow. He reaches towards something that is just beyond the edge of your vision. And you see an arcane mark that kind of like flares to life. You recognize this symbol as the one that is etched onto the spine of the codex. There's a flash in his expression as his eyes go wide, and he rushes back to the desk and shoves everything off before pulling out from the drawer a parchment, blank, fresh, and a quill and jar of ink. In it, he writes, "You are not the first to bear it, but you might be the last who bears it by choice." His head turns to where you're standing, but he looks through you, continuing to write. The threads of the codex bind you now as they did me. A low hum builds in the chamber as Bojentle's image begins to ripple and distort, kind of like paint being smeared by water. Writing more hastily. Do not let the fragments gather. The codex remembers more than we are meant to. If you open it fully, I will not be able to walk with you anymore. The veil is thinning. What lies beyond is not silence, and you watch as with this last word, the pen begins to almost fly off the parchment as he begins to scream in pain. The ritual ends violently as the vision collapses in on itself, almost as a book being slammed shut, and you are cast backwards from this vision. First, I need a dexterity saving throw from you, please.
No.
Go ahead and roll a d10 for me.
Now I roll.
You take 8 points of force damage as you are snapped back into reality and sent flying across the room as the Veilbound Codex slams itself shut. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh,
Is he gonna oil himself? Aw.
Your body, though not organic, feels broken, battered, and worn down. You're able to stave off a level of exhaustion, but you feel the lingering effects of this ritual. You lose an arm. Oh my god. Point of inspiration, Grace. You're such a dick. And something else that you notice now is almost etched into your peripheral vision the same sigil that you saw just out of the corner of your vision in the ritual. The same sigil on the spine of the codex now lingers just on the outskirts of your view.
wonderful. I'm cursed, but it's not going to be a curse.
Is it? Does it not?
I get time stuff. I will take.
So for clarification, because I was trying not to take up too much time, and I probably still took up more than I should have, the fragment that you saw was obsidian.
And said don't let the fragments gather. Right?
Correct. In fact, I will send you over what was said. Oh, you got the notes?
I tried to jot it down. I started missing part of it, so
Okay.
some of it might be paraphrased.
Okay. I will go back after the session and type it all up and get it sent over for you. Sin is stepped away for a moment. Melwyn and Sister Gariel will rush over towards you and check on you. Are you okay? What happened? What? And you'll notice that there is a little dent. You've kind of fucked up the wall behind you unintentionally. You won't be charged. It's fine. Shit happens. But you've left quite the impression.
Do I hear that?
You are downstairs.
Yeah, do I hear the dent that he made in the wall?
You know what? Go ahead and give me a perception check. What's your passive?
It's just like dust falling from the ceiling from the impact.
Damn, I'm
Yeah.
so good.
You definitely heard something. I think for with you being below and everything, and Cardomaton, it's not like super heavy, but he's pretty dense, being metal and shit.
He is still made of metal.
Yeah.
Or thick.
It,
Magic.
real thick.
Big.
It would have sounded like somebody like dropping a piece of furniture. Oh, you weigh more than I thought you did. Okay, almost 200.
Yep.
Yeah, you definitely. It sounds like somebody dropping like a fucking table or something. And then you would hear like a little bit of scattering as like books and stuff kind of fell off from the shelf next to where he hit.
Oh, Billy must.
Damn it, Billy is fucking his brother husband here too. Damn.
Must have found an order.
Help me, step husband.
No, how it would work. Step husband.
Yeah.
Step husband.
I'm the step up husband. Welcome back,
There we
Steve.
Wow.
So the TLDR, the ritual has been completed, but Chronometon was shot back across the room into the wall by the door and took 8 points of force damage.
Oh,
his book
shit.
snapped shut.
He
It's
kaboomed.
great.
Thor!
Ah.
Is there anything that you would like to do as your companion goes flying, Sin?
Oh, okay, yeah, so immediately, like, do I sense any malice or anything, like, that it was intentionally done, or can I, like, tell that?
I would say that it's pretty obvious that whatever he was doing with the book. See, now I feel like we're missing out because this one came to mind too. Where's it at?
Is it heavy?
Yes.
Yep.
It's pretty clear that whatever happened stems from the ritual that he was doing over the tome. It was not from Melwyn or Sister Gariel. If you want to try an insight further than that, you can.
Yeah, I would like to.
Absolutely.
Just gonna roll the insight, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go, now it wants to work.
Okay, with a 21. Being a pretty capable caster yourself and having an understanding of magics and the different schools and things like that, as well as like magic items and the varying degrees of power that different items are capable of having. I think that you would it is possible that it was something nefarious. You won't have like a for sure understanding as you weren't there and didn't see what exactly had taken place, but you'd be able to kind of surmise that it's a couple of options or possibilities. It could be something nefarious that was wanting to stop him from poking around where his not nose doesn't belong. It could be that he is not powerful enough to complete the ritual and that it backfired. It's also possible that he did something wrong with the ritual and that it backfired. It is also possible that depending on the type of magic taking place, that the magic is so powerful and ended so abruptly that without being aware of it and bracing yourself, there's no surefire way to prevent yourself from being launched across. So there's a couple different things that it could potentially be.
I see. And do I see the looks on their faces? Like, can that tell me anything?
Sister Gariel and Melwyn have both started to rush over like immediately after this happens. You would see shock and then immediate concern from Sister Gariel. With Melwyn, the concern is there, but it's kind of overshadowed by surprise and wonder, I think is a really good way. Not that he's excited that Chronometon got launched, but just really enamored with the knowledge and power contained within this tome.
Okay. I'm gonna start walking over towards Chronometon. Do I get there before those two, or would I?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk over to those two and keep an eye on Sister Gariel as I do, to while I check up on Chronometon and see how he's doing from that.
And if you approach and start tending to him first, they would kind of stand back and watch, and Melvin would say, "Well, are you okay? What happened? What did you see?" And Gariel would be telling him, like, give him a moment. Let's make sure he's okay. Ah, he's fine. He's not dead. What did you see?
That is a correct observation. I am not. I might be suffering from some minor severe damage.
Minor severe damage.
And Chronometon's just gonna kind of feel for where, like, I'm assuming he just kind of went head first into the wall a bit.
Yeah,
So he's
but
just-
like if you were watching the book, then I imagine you like flying back like the back of your head. Yeah.
So he's kind of just feeling around to see like how bad it is, and will just kind of stand up, brush off the clothes a little bit as he keeps like one hand around the back of his. The ritual seems to be accurate. It did in fact allow me to view a period from long past. I suppose Bo Gentle had already expected this because his past self was already acknowledging me in some capacity. Unfortunately, there's just more cryptic information. So the idea that we would be followed has only been further reinforced. Except, I suppose this time it's going to be by groups that might be similar to Bo Gentle, at least in some capacity. Whether that means they are connected to time in some way or just have lived for a long time, I'm not sure. But that does seem to be in line with the ideas presented earlier regarding the Red Wizards. But it seems that trying to pursue what is in this book is not entirely advised. And he's kind of looking over to Melwin whenever he says that part.
Did he speak to you directly, or was it more open-ended?
He did not say my name, but despite this supposed to be just a glimpse into the past, he looked over in my direction as if he knew where I would be.
And Chronometon, you would have also noticed that the place you were standing in the vision where you had turned and was speaking to is exactly where you were standing during the ritual.
Yeah, it was like a recreation. Well, not recreation, but it was like the place that we were standing in that moment, but just from the past, like how it looked back then.
Correct. This is incredible.
It might be a coincidence, but it did seem like that there was already some connection to this area. Because I was able to view how it looked. I'm assuming did it look like centuries ago at this point, or
Yeah.
so many lifetimes had already passed. But I was able to see what it was like. I suppose before many of the events that occurred in Neverwinter.
Fascinating. I will need to do some further research into Bowgentle. See if I can find anything that correlates with this. Was
I would say
there...
that the
Go ahead.
most pertinent information I would say is to not let these fragments gather. However, we may be able to identify them. I'm not directly bringing up the fact that I know that they would be made of obsidian,
Okay. He would ask...
and
Sorry, go ahead.
that whenever it said if we open it fully, he won't be able to walk with us any longer. Was he saying open the book or open the veil?
Do you want to insight it?
Yeah.
Insight it.
I'm gonna use that inspiration from before.
Okay. Okay.
That's-
I thought it was
Nice.
going to be double eights.
I did too.
All right. With a 22, it's hard to know for sure. It could go either way. I think that with the information that you've gotten so far about the Codex and Bowgentle as well, which if you want to get information on him, I can have Nala pull some stuff for you on him. And get that sent over. But between all of that, the experience that you just had with the ritual, and with now, knowing that his presence, or spirit, or essence, whatever you would like to call it, is lingering, it's safe to assume that there is absolutely a connection of the Codex and the Veil itself. And it could have been a warning that opening the Veil completely would be detrimental and you would be on your own. It could be a warning that opening the Codex completely unlocking all of its secrets could open the Veil itself. Though it's not, you can't be for certain on exactly what it is, but I think that those things would be the most likely takeaways. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So, just trying to gauge whether that means we should hold off on interpreting the book further, or if it's more of unlocking the Codex, as in, like, performing certain rituals within it. So, I'm just kind of thinking that through in the back of my mind.
But not saying any of it out loud.
Yeah.
Noted.
I think perhaps we should take a moment to research Bowgentle further and understand him better, and then we can revisit the research on the Codex itself.
You see Melwin's excitement kind of drop as he tries to mask the disappointment. Absolutely, I will have Nala pull some tomes and some more information for us to scour and go over. I will have her get on that immediately.
Your assistance is appreciated.
Total
Once we can...
cockblock.
Once I can take some time to gather my thoughts and better understand what I just experienced, then we can continue where we left off and make sure to learn as much as we can from it.
Understood. Hopefully.
In the meantime,
Go ahead.
in the meantime, I've sent a list to Nala already, but the resources for actually recording these spells to my spell book so that I can be better prepared, especially with some upcoming events that will have to be combated. Do you think you'd be able to help me with being able to transcribe these spells? I'm just trying to beg for money.
Go ahead and roll persuasion for me.
That's a button I need to press. Where is it? Actually, gonna double check one thing. I have a feature. It's saving throws. Okay, never mind. Where is persuasion again? Okay, there. I'm gonna try that one more time. Don't think it's happening.
I do admire your thirst for knowledge and expanding the knowledge that you currently have. But
That one was just for
go
fun.
fuck yourself. With a nat 1. There's not enough hope in the world for you to not be an idiot. Bet you can't even read. He would map.
Pam.
Map.
He would say, I do feel that allowing you the time and access to the archives here is more than generous and fair. I do hope that you will understand that.
Dick.
Yes, I have one. Would you like to see it?
Everything reminds me of Bill.
Have you seen my uncle? Okay. So
Very well.
he would be willing to escort you guys downstairs to speak with Nala, and then he and Nala would both start working on pulling things for on Bo Gentle.
Grace will walk over to the group once they've walked downstairs.
Mhm.
Do you look like you have another dent? For Navaton, you look a little duller than normal.
Do I have more than one deck?
I mean, yeah, but that's just from hidden stuff and shit.
This is actually the first time in weeks, I think, that I've been injured.
So you were injured?
Yeah.
Was it about 10 minutes ago? Were you the big piece of furniture that dropped?
No, but I was dropped. Or launched.
Are books supposed to be that interesting? I don't think I've ever seen books that interesting before.
Have you seen the alphabet?
Map!
She's like halfway through.
You seen this one with all these weird pictures of people doing weird shit in it?
Really weird, shouldn't it?
I'm gonna see if they've got the
And
whole
I
alphabet.
found the word furry, whatever the fuck that means.
I bet Billy would know.
It was a side effect of a ritual that I was attempting. While it was helpful, it was not without some unexpected bodily.
Do we need to go to a mechanic? I don't think we've ever healed you.
I will survive. We have some time to spare while... How dare you? No.
Oh, I regret pushing that button. Oh my god.
Things
It
that
was
shouldn't be good.
it was not. I was trying to see if they had the whole alphabet because I thought that would be funny. And so when I went to hit images, it was like, you're about to see adult content. And I was like, I know. It's like really crudely drawn letters. And it was not. It was like fan art of like really graphic, like anime medieval stuff. Um,
Oh, you're streaming too. Nice.
Oh.
I'm using. I brought it up on my on a different web browser, so that way it didn't like because I'm not trying to share it
That's
with
good.
the stream. But I am very very scarred. Oh, that's not okay. I'm done. What we have is sufficient.
You went to the part of the internet that is just not safe.
No. And you guys know I don't react that strongly that often, so we'll just stick with like whatever letters are there. That
Only need a few.
Mhm.
We're able to.
A and E.
Yeah. MAP, then I and E. When you take off those, you've got like
My
a whole
pie.
play.
Instant regret. I'm so sorry. It's gonna take me a minute to come back from that. I'm so sorry.
Ramton's got to come down from the echo. So it's all. Except I guess you don't have to fall asleep for like 6 hours. My drugs are back.
Oh, yay, drugs. Okay. So
Yeah, I'm
you
assuming that the whole gathering books is going to take a while, especially considering she's already got a backlog of requests.
She's so the others. They already have their books. So she is currently. Melwin has put a rush on your order. So they start working on that immediately. And as they find, the first like 2 to 3, they would bring them over individually, and then start just kind of collecting and pulling things out, and then bringing it over in groupings, rather than individually. So it would take maybe 15 minutes for them to bring the first like 2 or 3 over.
If possible, I'd like to take these books with me. I have some other business that might be worth investigating. So once the rest of our party is able to meet back up with us, I think it would be worth looking back into this one house where some shady individuals had recently retreated to.
Go ahead and roll persuasion for me.
Oh yeah,
So what
that's
last
my.
time?
Oh, no.
I can't help you.
Yeah, that's about right. I'm gonna chronal shift myself.
You are killing it.
Right here in the library?
Billy's really rubbing off on you.
No. It's, I am not rubbing off.
Yep.
At least
Oh.
not right now.
This is what happens when you leave him alone. Let's get a 20.
Oh,
It was almost a
ripperonis.
nat 20. That force damage you took was it that really fucked up your persuasion gears.
Nobody wants to help me.
You got damage right in your riz.
Yeah, that Riz is got some tiz now. Unfortunately, with the I don't think that you're very convincing, and you're not very persuasive. He doesn't actually say that bit. But unfortunately, we cannot allow the records and tomes here to leave the building. You're welcome to stay and do your reading and studying here, but the books must remain within the walls.
That is understandable. I was trying to see if I could help reduce the amount of time until we could revisit the Codex. But that said, I will return to the research whenever we can get the other issue sorted.
Get the other issue sort of what?
Get the other issue sorted out.
Okay.
Referencing
The shady
the
suckers.
home where the other people went to last night.
Yes. Okay. I understand.
But I'd be waiting for the rest of the group.
Okay. I understand and appreciate your concern to optimize the time that we have so that we can get back to the task at hand. As he gives like a really over exaggerated wink, like, but with the information that you've just shared about, as he lowers his voice, people watching and following, I think the less that you take with you, the safer you are. Or at least the less the risk of losing important documents and information is. And I
Very
am
well.
going to send some of this over to you. In just a moment.
Then I guess until the rest of the group arrives, I'll be, reading for the bit that we can.
Okay. And then give me just a moment to start getting this sent over to you. Back over with Billy and Riven. After about an hour, hour 15, Billy and Joel will, well, you guys, they would have left like after 10 minutes. But after about an hour and a half of going
I
around
think
with
that's
them,
an A or some sort of upside down V.
it's definitely a V.
Can't quite tell. The angle just throws you off. Beautiful though. So limber.
Would there be anything specific that you would be looking for that you would like as far as like rations and supplies and stuff for the people of Phandalin as Billy and Joel escort you around Pretty Woman style, loading up a little wagon of things to take over?
Organic, gluten-free.
I'm streaming, so I'm going to monitor my initial response. You know what? Fuck it. The okay. Organic and gluten free it is. That's all Neverwinter has, except in the shadier bits of town that haven't been burnt down.
You're roboting so hard.
Am I? Give me just a moment.
Getting that too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how is this? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think it's the dongle. I cleaned everything out. But yeah, if you really want organic and gluten free, they will have stuff like that. Just not in the shadier parts of town, like bars that got burnt down and stuff.
Yeah.
Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Anything
No, I
else?
would be with it.
Oh, I figured as much, but I just said, fuck it, let's go. Is there anything else that you guys would be looking for or needing for your encampment?
I got nothing.
Okay.
We need some food for Grace's snatch.
All the meats.
What?
Oh, you don't know about Grace's snatch?
Her doggy. Her snatch
Yeah, you would have seen the child riding Grace's snatch around the
needs
village.
a lot of meat.
It-
All the
it's-
time.
It's large and drooly.
And very hairy.
And always need meat.
Yeah, there was a small child riding it around earlier.
Interesting.
Yes. That was a whole like 20 to 30-minute bit like before you joined. I think Sin was with us at that point. Which hold on real quick.
I believe so, but I don't think he was in that session specifically.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he was gone for that one. That was a good time. We forgot that that was the name that we'd given it, or that it had come with. I don't remember which one it is.
It came with Snatch. It came with that name.
Uh,
No, it was Snarl.
okay.
I don't know where Snatch came from then. I didn't name it Snatch.
Yes, you
I
did.
don't know where the snatch came.
Did I actually name it Snatch?
You did.
I think so. And
Did
Yep.
I misremember the name again?
yeah, I think that's what happened.
Yeah.
And then me
His
not.
name was originally Isabel.
Yeah. Yeah. And now it has one eye that's substantially larger than the other. But I had forgotten that sometimes when I say things, and especially with this group, like, I speak freely and don't always think about what I'm saying before it flies out of my mouth. And then and I don't even know how many times you guys have heard me say, nope, don't like that, or nope, we're not going to say that, or something along those lines. But Snatch is a big wolf. And I think she actually might be a dire wolf. Let me double check.
Yeah, she's a dire wolf.
Okay. So she's big enough for like people to like ride, like small people.
Like children.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
she had left the dire wolf at the inn when they went to go search for Billy's kids, Nilsa and Billy Jr. And when they came back, I was like, oh yeah, Pip, who is the son of Toblin, the innkeep, was riding her like how little kids want to ride like Great Danes or Saint Bernards and stuff, and I was like, yeah, he's riding your Snatch. That is not what I meant. Oh my god. So it's become a
Word
long.
it out.
Yeah.
And then it became canon.
Yeah. So he just rides her Snatch all day whenever he has the
Lots of
chance.
snatches out here being ridden, huh?
Yeah.
Yup.
Yeah, Grace just be leaving her Snatch all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that, Chronometon? The snatch is just being left everywhere.
I think Chronometon was actually pretty supportive.
Yeah, he was
There's
very
more.
encouraging.
He liked to watch.
That's
looked like
In the corner.
And it was
Class staff.
in a
Nope.
chair, in a cuck chair to be specific.
Yes, as he stroked his rod all night, attuning.
it
Yup.
was a good alternative because I was trying to offer the child my knife, but their parents said no. So having Grace's Snatch is a good alternative for protection.
Yes. Yeah, that's a Snatch that bites back.
In lieu of giving
That
children
kid
knives,
will
you
never
them
get
to
bullied,
snatch.
that's for sure.
In lieu of what?
In lieu of giving kid knives, we give them snatch.
Yes. Set them up for success.
Yep.
I feel like it's always good to have a dad.
Yes. But it's also good to mount a snatch from time to time.
That's
Make sure you get consent from the snatch.
Yeah, we'll get snatch food. And
Consent is
maybe
very
building
important.
supplies. Can we get building supplies?
Are you guys wanting
Big-
building supplies? They were gonna do tents and stuff for you guys.
Well, I mean, tents would be good for the short term, but I'm
What if
sure
it gets
some
cold?
people are gonna want to build like huts, shanties.
Okay. I think that if you were looking for building supplies, they would tell you that they would need to double check and get confirmation and approval from Lord Neverember before providing and
With Billy Joel, just think for yourself.
give me a persuasion check.
Good luck.
It is a high DC.
I'm not here, right?
No.
This is somewhere else.
Yeah, they're out and about, checking out all the uptown girls with Billy and Joel.
Unfortunately,
I know.
I would
Or-
try to help with your persuasion.
He he's the one to help as well. He's the one you need.
Probably get a negative at that point.
He wouldn't even humor it. He would just tell you no. That Lord Neverember did not sign off on it. This Billy is apparently as stubborn as our Billy.
I'm stubborn.
He's a good old boy.
That too.
He's a brother husband.
Whale, hail.
He'll put his hand on your shoulder and tell you it's okay. The South will rise again. Vandalin will be fine. And that's a
Doesn't sound
throwback
okay.
to way back when Griffin was when Wes and Heavy were at the table. They were at the dilapidated Tressender Manor, and I think Billy like charged in to fight something. I think it was the Nothic, and he was just like, "The South will rise again."
Real. Rebel Yale.
But alright, so they get enough tents for everybody. They get extra bedrolls and some extra like mess kits and all that good stuff, like camping gear stuff. Yes, south is yes. South is north. And plenty of food, at least a week's worth. They don't want to give you too much so that it goes bad before you guys can eat it. But we'll start escorting you back towards your encampment.
We'll swing by the house of Smarties. Pick up the rest of the group.
Alright, we shall continue on our way and take the goods to your peoples. I don't know why they talk like this, but that's what they sound like, and they both sound the same.
Wow, you.
Some more brother husbands.
Yeah, that's probably true. Just they're not cool like us.
No, we are not.
Oh, see, they even admit
I would never fuck my brother's wife. Have you seen her?
it.
Okay. So as you guys make your way back to the House of Knowledge, you guys are all able to come back together. Grace, and I'm assuming Sin at this point, you've started reading some of the information, some of the books and stuff.
Oh yeah, the moment everything was
Yeah.
like starting to settle down, definitely.
Perfect. And
She's been making
chronology-
notes about which forest to look into.
Beautiful, beautiful. And then Chronometon, I'm assuming you are face deep in a book right now, since you don't have a nose.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
In fact, I'm probably also making myself look like a human while during all this.
With the crazy bug eyes.
Oh yeah,
I respect it.
trying to
Yep,
be
totally
Got it.
normal human child.
Yeah, let's
trying to blend.
Give me a performance check.
Yup, you're
Chronometon.
blending in so well, child.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
What does Chronometon think people look like?
Thing is, it's mostly convincing aside from the eyes, but
Mhm.
because his eyes are large, he makes the human's eyes just as large. That
Nailed
works.
it. That you know what? That is pretty much what I was hoping for. And it doesn't affect anything. It's just funny that you're like, I'm a totally normal human. Boop boop beep boop, and doing absolutely not human things.
Hi there, I'm here.
I will use my human
Completely
fleshy hand to shake your human fleshy hand.
Because this is customary amongst our peoples, who are also human.
Totally normal human fleshy hand.
Keeping in mind that they probably look like a 10-year-old right now, but just like a cursed interpretation of a 10.
Yeah, the art cracks me up. He's like a kid who went to the doctor and expected like a thermometer, like the ear thermometer, but he got the rectal one instead. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
And I
It's kind of
fucking
like
love
them
it.
seeing the thermometer get pulled out.
Oh god.
Why is this thermometer created by bad drag?
Oh my god. Bad doctors. We should trademark that and make a brand of thermometers. Oral and rectal. Not interchangeably, just bits of each. like different types. Like
No, interchangeably now. Interchangeably now.
They're technically interchangeable.
I don't want to go after anybody else. I just want to be the first one and be done. Ew. That's like
Just like a couple
indirect
steps
human
away from that
centipede.
idiocracy scene.
Ugh,
Mhm.
I love that movie. Electrolytes.
Human centipede or idiocracy?
Idiocracy. Human centipede was vile. I did
Mm.
invest enough time to watch the second one and regretted it. But I mean, you got when you start a series, like you have to see the completion of it. You know.
No, you
Not
don't.
really, actually.
You know, you do.
Gotta say.
They should reboot that as human equestripede.
Oh my
N-
god, they
why?
should. Oh, there's a third one?
The first movies would be Equestropede. Second one would be Bovapede.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, there's a third human centipede. I nope.
You sound excited.
Anyways, my curiosity's gotten the best of me for enough for like the rest of the week. We're just gonna leave it. We're just gonna let sleeping dogs lie. Like that's cool. We're gonna.
Sleeping Dogs. That could be the third.
Yep, it could be.
Bruh.
So Riven has you and Billy return to the House of Knowledge. I'll say that Sildar and Gundren go off with Billy Joel to escort the goods. You guys find yourselves back at the House of Knowledge. And are you guys all sitting together, or are you guys off in like different sections reading separately?
All together in a little
Okay.
love pile.
No.
No.
Don't touch me.
He was so adamant about it.
I was gonna say like yeah we're close, but then it was like turn to 11,
Yeah.
and I think Grace has enough concerns about rumors of her and children.
It'll be fine.
No.
I forgot you look like a 10-year-old. I thought it was just robot.
I'm gonna create an NPC of Chris Hansen to bring into this module.
Dun, dun.
Hans Christian.
I'm making notes because this is
Hans
absolutely
Christian.
gonna happen.
I actually kind of want to make that character now.
You
That would be fun.
absolutely should. Oh my god, you should. Your version would absolutely be better than mine. Please do. Okay, but yeah, so you see the three of them in a shared space with respectable distance between them.
What's up, you pervy nerds? You guys
But
wanna
not
do
gonna
more?
yeet it into the wall. It was quite an entertaining book read. I was fancy time with Gundren and Sildar.
I was useful. Yeah, I mean, I'm shocked, but we actually got some stuff done. We got
Yes, it was-
supplies for the camp.
Yes, surprisingly worked out.
So, did we get a lot of adventurers to come with us to kill a white dragon?
They said they would send out some soldiers.
Yeah.
Oh, so we don't have to deal with it. Nice.
No. Like,
Oh no,
But-
we're
you know,
probably still gonna have to deal with it because all of their soldiers are gonna die.
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
so-
Why?
I think it's a very
Because
good
they're
idea for
dealing
us
with
to
a
be
white dragon.
No, but like, why would they send in, like, just? Are they not gonna send in any mages? Are they just? Do they not believe that there's a white dragon in Fendover? Fuck yeah, Fandolin. They don't believe us, do they?
Oh no,
Why do you
I
believe-
think they believe.
Why do you believe this to be the case?
They're sending soldiers, not mages or like skilled adventurers. They're sending soldiers.
We are skilled adventurers,
Yeah, but we're not soldiers.
but
I-
are you saying that soldiers are good or bad?
They are not. I don't think they've ever seen or even dealt with a dragon before.
Neither have we.
We've seen and dealt with it. We just ran away.
Well, maybe that's what they'll do too.
You know they're gonna die, right?
I don't know. I mean,
Mm.
We will do our best to prevent that from happening.
to be fair, I think he wanted to help, but he didn't want to actually like spend any money. So
I have learned from sources that I will not say for their sake that perhaps Lord Neverember is not a necessarily kind individual.
yeah. I mean, he seemed decent enough. He was just kind of a miserly asshole. That
So he won't help until his city is under danger? Kind of asshole?
no,
As in,
no.
like, we should go and bring the dragon here? Is that what you're implying?
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say that because, I mean, that might involve a lot of random innocent people dying.
That would not be a good.
Probably not.
Just to confirm, when you met Lord Neverember, he was entirely opaque.
Yeah, I mean, he was basically. I mean, he was mostly opaque. He was just a little translucent.
I see.
Translucent?
Perhaps
What?
my sources aren't entirely accurate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does he have a
was a
disease?
person. I didn't see anything wrong with him.
Why is he translucent?
No, just a
The-
little bit.
There were
Why
statements
is he a
about
little
him
bit
and his leadership.
translucent? I don't think that's very human.
There were statements about him and his leadership, about his level of transparency, and it was portrayed as a negative.
Yeah.
She doesn't.
Ah.
She doesn't mean. Billy, he means
Yeah.
was he bored with us? Was he giving us information?
No, I was asking if he is transparent visually.
Oh
Yeah.
no, he's
No.
fine.
Just a tiny bit.
So
I don't know
yes,
where you're
he's
getting this
transparent.
tiny bit from.
Or no, he's not transparent.
Just a little bit transparent.
This is a
You know,
yes
you
or
know,
no question. There is no little bit of transparency.
There
okay,
is
you know,
actually.
like,
There are different opacity levels.
I mean,
I don't
yeah.
think people can change their opacity levels, can they?
Well, you know, like if you look through like a really, really dirty window, and you can maybe see a little bit on
Your
the other
eyesight's
side,
just
but not
bad.
really, just shadows. That was kind of how it was.
I think he's just going blind.
What the fuck?
That is
Did
very
the
unfortunate
fire
either way.
like damage your eyesight? Billy, do you need like medical help?
It's just-
Was Billy in a
that's-
fire?
Yeah, he's the one that set the fire.
Oh, I forgot Chronometon
Wasn't
still didn't
he?
know that.
Oh. Yeah, Chronometon, he set the fire.
Which fire?
The fire that burned down
campfire?
his bar?
He has a bar?
Did you not tell Chronometon?
Oh, I definitely mentioned I used to have a bar.
Yes.
You remember that fire on the other side of the river?
But you do not have a bar any longer.
No,
It burned
no,
down.
It did burn.
You have
down,
not
Unfortunately.
So is that separate from the burning down recently? Because you did not have a bar for a while, from my understanding.
Oh no, it's the same bar. I just didn't own it anymore.
Ah,
And
I
now
see.
nobody can own it because it burned down.
Yep, unfortunately.
Oh,
Yep.
no.
Unfortunately, totally not fault at anybody. Nope.
So it was like
No
vigilante
evidence
arson.
that Yeah,
I understand.
there's certainly no evidence that I committed arson.
No evidence
Like,
whatsoever.
there's no evidence that Lord Neverwamber isn't slightly translucent.
I still feel like
I
that's
was
a lie.
literally right there next to you.
Yep. And it's your word against mine, brother husband.
Can you confirm that you do not
Yeah,
have
but
any
he has
witnesses
better
for the fire?
eyesight than you.
No, I don't believe anyone saw me allegedly setting any sort of fires.
The whole bar, including that little barmaid, when she said "fuck you" and then walked back into the burning building to try to put out the fire. Remember?
I don't know what she was talking about. I mean, I came out of the office, and then we left.
Would you
And
be
then
able to
it
tell me any
happened to
names
burn
of
down
individuals
behind
that could have known?
There's that bar lady. What was her name?
And perhaps their place of address.
The bar lady. I don't know her address. Why do you need her address?
Birthday and name.
Roll history. If you guys want to try and remember her name, you can roll history.
Yes.
There it is. Okay, Billy, that's
Name
actually
was
impressive.
Casa.
Tina.
Dora.
Cassia, I think.
Cassia, yeah.
Cassia and fucking Zolkin.
Zulkin was not
That was a bar
there,
owner.
but his name was mentioned.
Yeah.
And you guys were calling the
No
other
one-
guy Phineas.
Yeah.
Also, above the table, Riven, how does it feel to be the voice of reason in both tables?
I'm very reasonable sometimes.
Sometimes. I love it.
I honestly don't know.
I love it. Carry on.
So yeah,
Sorry about that.
there's that guy. There's the owner of Billy's bar, Zolkin. I don't know where he lives. I don't know where Kasich lives either. But those were the two names that did see us walk out while the fire is been like. They assumed we started the fire. We may or may not have started the fire.
They can
Billy
assume
started
all
the
they
fire. Pretty
want. There
sure.
was no.
I'm pretty
evidence.
sure Billy did, but like
Lots of people left the bar as it was burning.
that is true. That whole group of little yappies left the bar, and I did kill 2 of those yappies. My friendship table was too heavy for them.
Yeah. And you broke a couple
That's
of
not
their
my fault that
bones.
they can't handle a table. That's their fault.
Were there any witnesses to this murder?
Yes, there was quite a few.
Self-defense.
Yeah, self-defense. Yep.
They started it.
Uh-huh.
I see. So they are criminals.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
They stole Billy's bar.
A bar, motherfuckers.
So the patrons of the bar are also criminals.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Some of them were.
And even if they weren't, anybody who willingly and enthusiastically drinks brain fart is a fucking criminal.
Criminal, yeah.
Yeah.
Sid,
And
I
that's
think,
their
has like
biggest
5
crime.
bottles.
That shit.
That and serving
Oh, yeah.
food. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. How dare they serve food in my bar?
But yeah, Chronometon, why are you asking all that?
To ensure that we tell good stories.
Oh yeah, we didn't tell you about that adventure, did we? I killed 2 people with a table. That's all you need to know.
Then
Not
we,
necessarily.
had some talks. And
We talked a
then
lot.
the bar burned down inexplicably.
Yep.
It's probably some sort of natural, spontaneous combustion.
Absolutely.
I understand. Please let me know if you happen to find anybody that would be a threat to your own security, or I suppose anybody that might not view what you did as heroic.
Well, that list is gonna be long.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can do what I can about the list.
Okay.
It's just important for you to be able to tell good stories.
Well, I appreciate it, little buddy.
But yeah, like, what is our next step?
Nobody-
Are we
nobody-
gonna go?
Billy the Third.
Oh, he's your child too? You have siblings, Chronometon?
Would that make Myrna my mother then?
Why
Stepmom.
not? Yeah, your second stepmom.
Yeah, your second stepmom.
You
And Billy would be your
second
dad.
stepmom.
Boogie woogie woogie.
Oh, you.
Yeah.
Wait.
And Reverend can be your other dad, your brother dad.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we're going Game of
Brother
Thrones.
husband. Is your brother father.
Brother father.
Brother father.
I will need to make sure that I discuss this with my stepmother. Just in case there's anything about my own family history that I'm not aware of yet. For example, that I supposedly have brothers or siblings, though I've not met them yet.
Well, maybe we'll run into her again someday.
So I believe that the individuals that were looking into us last night,
Wait, there
The
were
ones that were looking
individuals looking to us last night?
Yeah.
wasn't that shared with everybody?
Yeah.
I don't
That was
recall that.
Yes,
Huh.
you did share it.
I thought I'd made mention that he would
Relay.
share that with you, but I didn't go into all the details, so I apologize. So you can do
I'm
it
just trying
now.
to pull up my notes so I can remind it. But yeah. So, considering they were looking for you specifically by name, I
Which
thought
name
this
did
would
they
be worth us potentially looking further into, at least while we might have the element of surprise. So if everybody here is on board, I was able to send my familiar to locate where they might be staying. Then we can determine if their intentions were good or less good.
Oh fuck yeah! Let's go kill some people. I mean, let's go pick a fight.
I don't want to
Another
pick a fight if
trans-
they are going to just do a surprise party. That wouldn't be
Oh, well.
appropriate.
Oh, you're right. I don't think it's gonna be a surprise party, Chronometon.
Chronometon, I think I would have shared with the group my findings from the Rumble.
Yeah.
Basically, there's people looking at us, searching for us.
Joke's on you guys.
Watchers?
Chronometon's stepmom is actually putting together a re-familiarize with your family party.
Oh man. Just murder all my family at once.
Yeah.
Get the full D&D experience.
Yes. Who needs a traumatic backstory when you can experience it firsthand?
There's nothing much more surprising than arson.
Except butt sex. I'm sorry.
That's what they said until they learned about the Inquisition.
Specifically the Spanish.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Wah.
Oh yeah.
So-
Where was that about?
In England.
So it is on the way to the chasm. There is a home that was marked by my familiar. And I wanted to discuss this with the group as well, of considering the threat of the dragon and our apparent lack of resources. This might be a good opportunity for us to revisit that cave that was at least the earlier point of interest, especially if it ends up providing any magical resources that could be used to fight it.
I was gonna bring that up too. I think we probably should. I mean,
I got a
If
crate
anything-
ready.
yeah. If anything,
What is this cave? What?
it's supposed to be valuable. That could at least fund our dragon hunt.
It's called Wave Echo Cave. Supposedly housing some type of magical artifact that could give us an edge in what we're potentially having to deal with later on with this dragon. And also, it might be connected to somebody who may or may not be my stepfather.
Woogie woogie woogie.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, that short guy in our group, he knows more. What's his name?
You mean Chronometon? Gandalf. What the fuck? Gandalf.
If he's referencing Gandalf.
James.
Ah.
You guys are super robot-y for me, right? I
Yeah,
Looking
I-
like a
I
double
know
it's
surprise.
like, yeah, it was
in
nice.
Discord.
Oh, we just lost Heather altogether.
Can you guys hear me?
Welcome
robotic
back,
for everybody.
Heather.
It's the Discord. It's Discord itself. It looks.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was just me, so like I redid my dongle and just fucking came back in.
I was wondering why you were
Billy
being
was doing
so
the same
quiet.
thing, but unrelated.
Wondering why? What?
You were being so quiet.
Yeah, it's. We'd had problems with it last night, and I don't know what's going on with it. Like I refreshed it or updated it earlier today, but it's just been being a pain in the dick lately. So I missed a
Aw.
lot of what was said in the last few minutes. I apologize.
Yeah.
Oh,
Discord
no.
I'm seeing is.
I'm
having
sure
some
it's
lag.
fine that you missed.
Now I really want to know.
Just shenanigans.
Yeah. Shenanigans. We talked partially about going back to Wavako Cave after we deal with some unsavory folks here.
I respect
Yeet
it.
them.
I respect it.
Yeah. Crash a surprise party. Go to a cave. Hopefully meet my stepfather,
Woogie woogie woogie.
Yes, absolutely.
who's apparently a spider.
Stepfather.
And who knows?
Yes.
Maybe
Your stepdad.
maybe Grace's father will be there too.
That'd be great.
If
That would
that's
make
where
this
father's from.
whole thing so much easier.
It would make sense why you'd be going there then.
Mhm.
Then you can meet my stepfather. You can both discuss stepfather things.
Yeah.
That would be real interesting.
We can have some. We can have a big old like family barbecue.
Are we back to eating our dead?
I mean,
Better than eating our dad.
True. Very true.
we're eating our dead dad.
Well,
Get a little good. No, that's really fucked up. Never mind.
it's a step up in the right direction.
We'll follow you. Where is this party house?
I'm gonna just have my owl crawl out and pretty much just ask it to lead the way.
Clockwork sounds.
Oh.
He said.
Your owl is officially now Mickey Mouse.
The Mickey Owl will lead you towards a house over by the walls, and nestled against the base, there's a two-story townhome that quite obviously is worse for wear. It looks abandoned. The walls are dark gray bricks, and you see that one of the walls is kind of sagging, almost like one of Brenda's teats after a long weekend.
Oh no.
The roof is.
House looks like a nursing.
Oh my god. The roof is half caved. There are shingles that rot like broken teeth, and ivy twists through the cracks between some of the stones. But it doesn't grow up. It seems to kind of reach down from the top. The front door hangs slightly ajar.
Pretty sure this is a good idea.
This house is dirtier than Grace's snatch.
Hey, I bathe her every day. She is trying her best. She's a wolf. It's hard. She's not cat.
She smells like fish.
She eats fish. Or children. But, like, I've been trying to dissuade her from eating children.
Probably.
I think your wife would be quite upset if her children got eaten.
Well, yeah, I mean, it would be a pain.
I mean, some would just argue she could
always
make more. Yep.
You could just make more, yeah.
I was gonna make it.
But I mean, it's probably best that your snatch doesn't eat any more kids. Or vice
Kids.
versa.
Yeah. I don't think anybody's gonna be able to eat snatch as a child. That's a lot of meat.
The windows are broken and boarded up. There's one or two that are still intact, but very cloudy.
We'll think about the snatch. Huh?
They look like Never Ember.
Yeah. No, I just realized what you were doing. That was one of my I've given up moments for just a split second, and was like, yes, this is where we are now. And then it registered what you meant. No. Lord Neverember is not translucent at all. Give me just a moment. Hey, leave him alone. Sorry. He's a big bad bitch, and he wants to make sure the cat who bullies him knows it.
Yeah.
There's the scent of wet ash mixed with dry rot and dusted herbs, almost like trying to sage a dirty kitchen sink. It is not pleasant. What would you like to do? What are you guys? We're just gonna pop in and have a party.
Are we making sneaky, or are we just going to break down the door?
I'm gonna send the owl over.
Alright.
The door is slightly ajar.
Gonna have it try and listen in a little bit from like the second floor area.
Okay.
Just if there's anything going on.
This auto tune?
They have microphone settings where you can do like.
Oh, I didn't realize that was actually turning on. Whoops. I
you
was
can
getting some. I was
change.
getting some stuff set up, but I didn't realize it already switched it.
Yeah, I love it. And now I'm gonna. Oh, it has to
That
like
was really
prepare
just
and
singing
stuff.
everything.
That's something I was gonna use for a later character.
I respect it.
I don't know who yet though.
Okay. Go ahead and give me either perception or investigation for the owl, please.
I'm just gonna be doing it like through. I'm just gonna be like channeling it, so I'm looking through its eyes.
Beautiful. So go ahead and give me a perception or investigation for yourself through your owl.
Killing it.
Okay. It is dark in here. And let me double check something.
Owls have dark vision.
But
120
he's-
feet.
But you were using. Oh, you're right. I was thinking. For some reason, I was thinking that you were using your vision through its eyes. So I just had a brain fart. Like you can't see. But that's not right at all. I don't know. I told you today's been a hold on to your butt kind of day.
I just realized I should have done perception. I would have advantage.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
So, are you having the all go in through the ajar door?
It's more just sitting on like the outside of the
And
second
just
floor,
listening?
just to listen for like any movement,
Okay.
peeking through a window if there happens to be one.
Okay. The only noise and movement that you hear seems to be coming from your party and companions as they, in depth, discuss the state and cleanliness of Grace's snatch and who Snatch eats versus who eats Snatch.
They're doing their best.
They are. They really are.
Yeah,
Vandalin's
eating Snatch
best.
is not easy.
It's real rough.
Some people even drown in it.
What? in
Oh,
the
how I
fupa?
wish.
He said, I wish. But
Yeah.
Jesus.
you don't hear any movement coming
He's
from
not here.
within the house. There is no God.
I mean, if one of y'all want to try, or a couple of y'all want to try and sneak in, I mean, I ain't gonna sneak anywhere.
I got this.
Give me
I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself.
Oh. I was gonna ask, what does this look like? And I was like, he's just gonna say nothing.
I'm just gonna disappear. Like straight, just it's almost like a blink out of existence. Just
You go invisible. All right, what do I see?
I'm
Nothing.
gonna roll stealth and kind of just.
With advantage.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
we-
that's probably.
You wouldn't hear anything either.
No,
That's true.
because that fucking shit was wild.
All right. Well,
Uh,
that's 16.
Yeah, we'll take the
But-
16. Did we tell you about the expanded invisibility rules, Matt or Stanny?
No, I don't remember this.
With the first Abyss group. one of the PCs went invisible. They'd been given a temporary dress that they did not realize was temporary, and so when the dress disappeared and they were butt ass naked, they like quickly went invisible and were like, "You little bitch," to the person that had given them the temporary dress. And the player who had given the dress was like, "I can hear them, right?" And without missing a beat, like straight deadpan face, I was like, "No, because being invisible also makes your words invisible." And they were just like, "Okay." And I was like, "I'm just fucking with you. That's not how that works."
That is amazing.
It was so
Just accepted it.
yeah,
Good time.
but I respect the fact that she didn't argue or she just took what the DM said and went with it. But it was just so funny. It was amazing. I think I actually have the clip on my channel, but
I think you did clip it, yeah.
it was fucking great. Um, with a 16, you sneak in, so quiet and stealthily, actually, that the door doesn't even move as you slink past it. Entering the lower level, you see that the first floor of this building is mostly bare. There's some tattered and torn furniture, kind of scattered, like a torn up, destroyed love seat and a couple broken chairs. A cold hearth in the back corner, a toppled bookshelf that spills damp and moldy pages. Um, there doesn't really appear to be much of interest here.
Like to push on toward the second floor.
Okay. The second floor has, I think it was 3 bedrooms. Let me double check. Sorry, scrolling through my notes. Okay. So the second floor, yep, it was 3 rooms. There's a long hallway or corridor that has 3 rooms, 2 on the left, 1 on the right. The wooden walls and beams here are heavily damaged. Chunks of the wall on the right are just completely crumbled or missing. The smell up here grows even stronger. It's very rank. Mildew, decay, poor life choices. It's like a hot and spicy frat house. It's pretty gross.
Smells like snatch.
She's
Uh,
trying her best.
um, do you want to start with the rooms on the left or the right?
I'll start with the rooms on the left.
On the left, okay. The first room, there is a rotted desk that sits beneath the thin paned window. You see Chronomaton's owl perched on the window there, and Chronomaton at this point, your owl still sees and hears nothing.
Wonderful.
You see that on the desk there are quills that are scattered across. Some are broken, some are just really crusted up and tarnished over the however many years it's been sitting here. There's a shelf of books that's kind of off kilter, kind of crooked. And you see that a lot of the books are like torn and some have been burned. You see that the chair in front of the desk is overturned. The legs are like clawed at almost as if something just started shredding into it. And then as you turn to kind of scan the room, you see that there's a mirror to the left of the door.
Okay.
Give me a perception check.
Yeah, probably. Good idea.
And then if you want to investigate further in any of the rooms or either floor, you absolutely can.
I'm gonna do that once I make sure that the floor is empty.
Beautiful. While I'm waiting for your... Oh, you got a 10?
Yeah, my perception.
Okay.
Can I inspel that?
Yeah,
Lucky?
absolutely. Absolutely. And while you're doing that, what is everybody else doing outside? Just waiting with bated breath to see what happens, or...
I mean, I can't tell. Do you think it's more
There you
like
go.
old cheese, or like new boots?
Would you say
Why
that
not
Never,
both?
would you say that Neverember is more or less transparent than Riven was just now?
He was less transparent, but like
I'm Sky,
right
and
after he
here's what my
cast the
voice sounds like.
invisibility, it was right spot on. It was like that.
So Neverwinter is
Just
literally
started to
invisible.
fade just a little bit.
Are you sure we should trust this fucker? He seems like an undead.
Keep in mind that I didn't even fade. I just disappeared out of existence. All I did was blink out of existence.
Yeah. Are you sure he's human and
love that no
we
one's
shouldn't
concerned.
like
He's just been sucked out of the fucking-
exercise him out of existence?
Is there an issue with not being human?
No, it's just the way Billy
Wow.
describes them. It seems like they're undead. Because I don't think I know any non-undead things that can just blank out of existence that isn't using magic.
Perhaps he is
Unless-
using magic.
I mean, I guess, but why use magic in the middle of a conversation? Unless you're, like, going to sneak away and be sneaky.
I mean, maybe he just wanted to do it. I mean, who knows? I mean, maybe he was born that way. Maybe
He's
a
Maybelline.
genetic condition.
Riven.
I mean,
Go ahead.
a genetic condition where it turns you into a ghost? Is that a thing? I don't think
I would
that's
say
a
it's very
thing.
possible.
It is now.
Huh. Okay, that's
I see.
weird.
I'm saying this with 0 life experience.
I'm gonna need to tell Moondancer about this trick so he can just do this while you guys are traveling.
Also, I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts in the meantime,
Okay. Absolutely.
just while this is going on.
Oh,
Realizing that would work pretty well with scanning the area.
just a second.
Sounds like Bo's not for it.
I'll be right back.
I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts. See if there's anyone,
Trying to detect your what?
Brenda.
Dora?
So, oh my goodness. So normally Bo will chase the cats around and harass them, but Ralph is real sick of his shit. Like Ralph's an old cranky motherfucker. Stop. And he's getting tired of Bo's shit. He literally just chased Bo over under my desk. And oh my god.
Dang.
And Bo got a little fucked up. So he ran to his crate and kept barking from the inside of his crate. He's safe.
Oh, he got bullied in his crate.
He did. Payback is a bitch.
And now he's trying to call for help.
I know.
That's
He's
so
on his own.
cute.
He's currently in his find out era. Griffin with a 17. As you scan the room, nothing really seems off or out of place at first. But as you turn and gaze past the mirror, you do a double take as you see that your reflection moves like a second
That's how
too
many-
late. As you turn your attention back to the mirror,
Well, I'm still visible, aren't I?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, never mind. I spaced on that. So never mind. Never mind everything. Everything in this room is absolutely normal.
I mean, he could have it just be that he's for some reason sees his reflection anyways.
No.
I can see
That would be even weird.
I can see the outline of my own magic.
No. No.
Damn it.
When
No.
you're invisible, you
everything
can
is
see
fine.
yourself. I don't know. That would be weird, right?
That'd be
Like, you'd
really
look
weird.
down, like at your hand, but you would like look through your hand.
That'd be so
That's weird.
Yeah. Can you imagine, like, if that's how it worked, and so you would just turn invisible and run around naked, and then not realize that the invisibility had worn off, and everybody can see you just running around naked?
Because you could see yourself.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know when it ended.
Yeah.
Be
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah, so everything in this room seems totally fine and normal. Nothing strange at all.
No to.
Don't check the mirror. The mirror is a-okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some insider knowledge.
Everything
Inside
is
the GM.
perfect. Yeah, absolutely. You want to roll an insight on the DM versus my deception?
Sure.
Do I have inspiration?
Do you feel particularly inspired?
I feel very inspired because a 5 is not going to cut it. And it just got worse. That's accurate.
Was
You
it
know
one?
what we'll say?
I think Bo's doing a help action.
If anything, Bo's doing a not help action.
Giving you
A distraction.
Ralph is
Disadvantage.
Ralph is under Daniel's desk, but like came out and like did like a little hop, like on his 4 feet together, with his back arched, and then just stared Bo down. Bo, I'm so sorry. I'll go ahead and we'll flavor this a little differently, and I will still give it to you. While you are invisible and do not see your own reflection as your gaze crosses the mirror, you do see. What do you mean? I'm so sorry.
Ambient barking.
Mhm.
That is the loudest I think I've heard Bo bark.
He is upsetty.
Yeah, he is, and he's saying it with his chest. He is like overly confident in his the chances he stands against that cat.
He's like, Mom, notice me, pay attention to me, the cat's bowing me.
He wants nothing to do with me right now. He is all about that pussy. That's all he wants, is to get that pussy. So you're
Some days I
invisible.
feel the same way.
You know what? Some days it be like that. We all need a little snatch in our lives.
Yeah.
Time seems to slow down as your vision crosses that the mirror, and you see a reflection on the opposite side of the room. A cloaked figure watching from the corner.
Oh, that's even worse. I turn around and the cloaked figure isn't there.
Correct.
Dude, it's the Blair Witch House.
And
I'm
you turn
gonna
back
He's
get-
just
to
jacking
your
in the
god.
corner. In the cockpit.
It's old
Jack and
Joe.
From the mirror, though, I see that he is like in the room, but in the mirror.
That's how it appears. And when you turn back to the mirror, the reflection is no longer there.
Oh, weird. Gonna have to talk about that later.
See your
I'm
therapist?
gonna go check the other rooms.
If you survive.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm gonna go check the other rooms and see if there's anything else going on in there.
Okay. The second room on the left. The door is closed. And it kind of sticks a bit when you go to open it, but it does ultimately give it. You don't have to like put your back into it or anything like that. Like, you don't need to be a big fine woman. As you finally get it to creak open, you see a small unmade bed with leather straps, worn and tattered, nailed to the frame. Um,
About to say it's Billy's house.
On my sex symposium.
They stole your bar and they stole your kink dungeon.
there's a mural on the far wall that is faint and chalky. Um, excuse me. And in the opposite corner, there's a bundle of old children's toys, a carved wooden snake, a collection of glass marbles, a rag doll with one silver button eye.
I would like to investigate.
Investigate? Okay, go ahead and roll investigate.
Or wait, I have better perception, so I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Depending on the purpose of those straps, I feel like this might be Steve's house.
Could be.
Mine.
Oh god.
I perceive shit.
Yeah, that's all. And are you touching anything in here?
Nope.
Not touching that shit.
You don't need to know
Not
Steve to know you
anymore.
shouldn't touch anything.
I'm just gonna leave it be until we all storm the house. So that's it for that room, I guess. On to the next one.
Yes. The third room, the only room on the right side of this hallway. This room smells faintly of sulfur and oil. The window in here is actually intact, but it is tightly boarded up. But there's a small hole in one of the slats. You see that there is a spyglass that is mounted on a tripod at the window. And then there's a couple of books and some pens, some quills and ink on the desk next to the spyglass. You wanna
Let's see what
give
it
me-
says.
Yeah, you're gonna give me an investigation, please.
Okay.
I'll give you an overall. Oh,
Inspo.
you were not the one to be in here, my dude.
Really. Yeah.
Okay.
Better.
Well, 12 is better. Okay. So
Wait, was it supposed to add something to your check? I'm seeing proficiency 1/2.
No, I have no I have very low scores in the rest of my. I have like a -1 in my intelligence, wisdom, and strength.
were
But-
your rolls that bad?
One of my
You rolled
abilities.
so bad.
You're like a
One of my
bard.
abilities gives me half proficiency. It's a font of inspiration.
I don't remember.
Jack
you
of all
rolled
trades?
3 negatives.
No, it's not font of inspiration. Yeah, jack of all trades. Yeah.
Yeah.
You rolled
Oh.
so
I'd
badly,
have your
dude. I'm
proficiency rounded
sorry.
That. Yeah, I don't remember your rolls being that bad. Because I.
No,
would-
I didn't roll that bad.
Oh, that's
this was
right.
a-
You did the
yeah.
buy it, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
because
Ah.
I was trying to go for a very specific character build, and
Okay,
I thought
that's
this is
right.
and this is how I wanted to do it.
Okay. Are you happy with
Uh,
that?
Yeah, I am. I'm
Okay.
fine with that. That's why I have jack of all trades.
Okay, perfect. I was gonna say I can allow you to do the rolls because having half of your stats be negatives is rough.
It's so sad.
You are the exact opposite of my character.
That's why I have font of
Yes.
inspiration,
I love it.
or jack of all trades. I mean.
And you have lucky.
Yep,
Mhm.
that too.
Yeah, lucky is a good one. Okay, so you're looking specifically at like the papers and books on the table, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So most of the parchment here is blank, and as you pick up the first notebook and kind of thumb through it, it has a couple pages torn out, but it is void of any kind of writings. Picking up the second and kind of flipping through it, thumbing through it. Most of the pages in this one are empty as well, but you find one towards the front that says Subject A, fire-blooded, unstable. Subject B, tethered to the object. C and D, watch, especially that girl. And I will send all of that to you.
Time. The thing I saw in the mirrors got me wigged out, so I'm gonna hold on to that in case it disappears, so it doesn't like disappear on me. I feel like if I go back outside, it's gonna be all gone. Come back.
That'd be weird.
It would be weird, but not heard of.
And then
Don't
what is
suppose you have
your
a message.
C and D's nuts? Oh my god. And then what is your passive perception? 12. Okay, yeah, that's unfortunately okay. Sorry, I'm trying
Sounds
to.
about right.
I'm trying to like
The way-
help
it's
you
like,
out
ooh,
here.
let's see.
But,
Just oh
Would the
no.
detect thoughts
That would look like,
end up
ooh,
doing any?
that's disappointing.
what's going on through your? I feel like what's going out of their mouths is what's going on in their minds. But outside of the thoughts of your companions, there's nothing else.
Cool.
That's not concerning. Can
This
you
is
imagine just
fine.
hearing
Everything
like
is fine.
in your head? Don't think thoughts. Don't think thoughts. He did something. Don't think thoughts. What would you like to do, Riven?
Don't hear anything, don't see anything. Nothing else?
Not with those rules, I'm sorry.
Fair enough. Put that book in my bag, and I'm gonna head back out. I'm gonna head back out very quietly. Is there a third floor? Is there anything else higher?
No.
Like what's going on?
No.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna
Let's
head back
go
out quiet.
Sorry. That was really funny. I don't know why.
And so I'm gonna head back out and then suddenly reappear as I dispel invisibility.
I really want to roll the head because Grace would not be like expecting you to suddenly appear again.
Do it.
I don't want to kill Riven.
You
I
won't
mean, you can
kill
do a
him.
roll to see if
Just remember,
you can
non-lethal.
stop your reaction.
Nah, just
Oh
roll
yeah,
the
can I
hit.
roll like athletics or something to dodge?
You can roll a dex save.
I'm cool with that.
I was kidding. I wasn't actually gonna hit you.
Don't be a
Oh,
coward.
you're not now.
Oh, now I'm not. Okay, cool.
Roll the
I'm a
dodge.
hit. Okay, cool.
So, Grace goes to
Woo!
swing her friend pole at your head as you, like, nonchalantly, quickly step out of the way and duck. Quack.
Whoa. Sorry. Sorry.
The world around you
It
explodes.
came early. Sorry. I was expecting you.
I hate when they come early.
Well,
You gotta warn us before you pop into existence again.
I just went invisible, alright? Just because you didn't hear me walk out the door isn't my fault.
It is because you turned invisible. You're invisible. Your sounds are invisible
I'm just
too,
gonna
you know.
shake my head incredulously. Like I've just been stunned.
Don't you know when you're invisible, your sounds are invisible too?
That's definitely not how it works, but the house is clear. It's sort of a very strange.
Perhaps there's something with your eyesight, but I cannot see through the house currently.
Yeah, it's clear, like in the way that the Never Ember guy is clear.
It
Just a little bit.
no, the house is empty. What I mean by clear is that there's no enemies present.
Are
Nothing. Nobody that would be hostile towards us is in the house that I am aware of.
You sure there's not just like a like a like a secret tunnel that they like ran out of? I mean, ran out from, because Granavaton said they didn't see anybody move in and or out of the house through the front door. Is there like a back door?
It looked like there was quite a struggle in there. I didn't go digging around too much. I didn't want to make any noises in case there was anybody in there.
Well, since you checked and there's nobody in there, we should probably go look around.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe you missed something.
Should be cautious. I don't know what I saw, but when I looked into the mirror in the first room I checked, I saw a hooded figure standing in the room. Very clearly wasn't there before. I turn around and I didn't see him, and I turned back around and the image was gone out of that mirror.
What
Can you
color was
describe what the hooded figure looked like?
Oh fuck. It's hooded figure. I didn't see anything. Just person in a hood. Hooded figure.
Is it like a red hood or like a black hood, brown hood?
I guess I didn't remember those. Can I do a history? Let me do a history. Yeah.
Sure.
I didn't really think
God damn it.
God.
Let me take that off my stream real quick. That's why I need to stick to checking on my phone. So with the 15, most of the features were shrouded by the hood of their robe. They appeared to be male, thick, luscious lips, some DSLs, but no
wonderful.
defining features, as everything was pretty much covered and veiled by the hood. They appeared to be
Oh.
your height,
Color was good. The robe.
black.
So hooded figure, about my height, black robe, pretty big lips, looked like a dude.
Wow, that
There's
gives us no information whatsoever. Damn.
There was no silver embroidery in their outfit, I assume.
Nope, just a black robe,
Good.
from what I remember.
Then how about we go investigate and see if there are any hidden areas in there?
Fuck yeah.
Especially if you are worried about an ambush, we will now have the numbers to help combat it.
That's sure, good idea.
All right. Everybody
in
is
the door.
going in together.
I'm gonna cast detect magic first before I do so.
Beautiful.
Grace will ready an action of bunking with her friend stick.
Okay, let me make
Her friend's
a
dick.
note of this. I mean, all of her friends.
Her friend's dick, yeah.
Yeah, friend's dick.
Stop hitting people with my dick, Grace.
But it's like a great weapon. It's large and
She is a great
hard.
weapon master.
Is anybody else preparing or readying anything?
No,
Right?
Mark?
already a hold person. Just in
Billy,
case.
you feel the soft skin of Riven's hand
Brother husband.
as
Not the
he
parent.
holds your head. No.
Damn, y'all need to get a room.
By the way, did something change with Fantasy Grounds and prepared spells?
How do you mean?
The preparation mode does not let me actually select spells now.
Really?
Oh.
It's just a blank section, even if I unlock the character sheet.
That is fucking weird.
That's weird.
Everything still seems to be activated.
That is so
Because
weird.
it's not doing that on Riven. Let me see yours. Preparation. Yeah, it's still all showing all of your stuff on here.
Oh, so
On
you
my
can see
end.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, do you need to reset?
Strange. Yeah, maybe I just need to rejoin, but I'll worry about it later because nothing,
Yeah.
everything here is like, it's not like
Yeah.
I'm going to be using half the spells right now.
Yeah, everything's still showing up on my end. That's weird.
Yeah, it's just blank for spot next to me.
Really, that is so weird. Yeah, because I'm seeing everything from your weapons to spell slots to magic items, racial abilities, fate touched, cantrips, spells, everything is still there. Passive abilities.
Hmm.
Yeah, I posted a screenshot. Yeah, it's just blank where I'm assuming the checkbox should be.
Huh.
That's awkward.
Yeah, that's odd.
Yeah.
We'll
Hopefully it's
see.
fixed once you like restart.
Yeah.
It'll work
and
out.
they'll have another update between now and tomorrow when we get on for fucking Abyss or
Yeah.
Strahd.
Mhm.
Sin, Billy, are either of you preparing anything or readying any actions?
No.
No, just
Yep.
getting ready to, do my thing.
Bow, do your thing. Okay. I think this is a really good spot to wrap the session for the evening.
Play for another 2 hours. What?
Yes! If Chloe did not have an appointment tomorrow morning, I'd say fuck it, let's go. But she has therapy in the morning.
Oh,
Yeah,
need
so
therapy.
I think we all do, honestly.
All of us?
Yeah, all of us.
It's important though.
It is.
Fair enough.
It is.
This game?
Yeah, this game is kind of my therapy. This
Mhm,
spending time
mhm.
with you guys. Shit
Yeah.
talking is good for the soul, and you guys are the best to do it with.
Mhm.
I am amazing.
And modest. That's it's very humbling.
Why are you
I am the
making
most
villager
humble.
noises?
What about
Ah.
noises?
Mwah.
They're making she's making villager noises.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream for you guys watching. Thank you for tuning in. We will be back next week on the 17th at 7 Eastern. We'll see you then. Bye.